From pretty much the present, this is your host, Adam Graham, welcoming you to a week of old-time radio detective podcast from 2013. Because these podcast episodes are quite old, offers and information contained in them are not valid unless they are reflected on our website at greatdetectives.net. Now enjoy a week of podcasts from our archives at the Great Detectives of Old Time Radio. Welcome to the Great Detectives of Old Time Radio. From Boise, Idaho, this is your host, Adam Graham. If you have a comment, email it to me, box13 at greatdetectives.net. Follow us on Twitter at Radio Detectives and become one of our friends on Facebook, facebook.com/Radio Detectives. Well, today's episode is brought to you by the financial support of our listeners, and among them is Stephen, who sends a donation from the UK, and he writes, "I listen every night. Thanks very much. Kind regards." Well, thanks so much for your support, Steve, and you can always click the donate link at greatdetectives.net. Now it's time for today's adventure of Frank Race, The Adventure of the Mormon Country.
The Adventures of Frank Race, starring Paul Dubov. The war changed many things, the face of the earth and the people on it. Before the war, Frank Race worked as an attorney, but he traded his law books for the cloak and dagger of the OSS. And when it was over, his former life was over too. Adventure had become his business. The Adventures of Frank Race. And now we join Frank Race for The Adventure of the Mormon Country.
A dinner jacket is hardly the thing to wear to Joe Bell's saloon on the Lower East Side. But I was wearing mine, clinging to the hope that the call from Bruce Benton of Trans-Pacific Life Insurance was nothing more than the gag of a warped mind. If it was, I had a date with the lady that I'd be able to keep later. But it wasn't a gag. Benton was there in an isolated booth as Mark Donovan and I walked in.
Yeah, thought I was kidding you, didn't you? Well, that's Benton over there, ain't it?
It's Benton, all right. And that, I fear, means that my lady of the evening dines alone.
Hello, Race.
Hello, Bruce.
I told you I'd dig him up, Mr. Benton.
Thanks, Donovan.
It's all right.
Sit down, boys.
What's up, Bruce? This saloon is hardly the type of place for an insurance company vice president to be keeping late office hours.
Something came up. Something I'd rather handle in an unorthodox manner. I called you to the office or picked one of the usual meeting places. Well, that wouldn't be quiet, would it?
A foundry would be more quiet than this joint.
Quiet was the poor choice of words. Let's say secret.
What's the job?
First, I want you to be a go-between in the payment of $50,000. It's ransom money, Race.
Somebody in your family been kidnapped?
No. The victim is Walter Kruger, one of our policyholders.
Hey, wait a minute, I know that guy.
Who doesn't? Walter Kruger, better known as Sonny Kruger. Playboy and heir to one of the largest fortunes in the country. But how is it you're being tapped for the ransom, Bruce?
We're dealing with a clever gang, Race. They haven't bothered the family. They're dealing on a business basis without risking any emotionalism.
I still can't see why you want to pay off.
We have Kruger insured for $300,000. With double indemnity, that's $600,000. If we don't pay off, they'll kill him.
Holy cow.
That is smart. Either you pay the 50 G's or lose 600 G's. I can see your point, but I can't buy it, Bruce. Refuse and call in the FBI.
Don't get me wrong, Race. I'm not playing ball with them. I'm just trying to save Kruger's life. Once he's set free, we'll spend $1 million if we have to bring the criminals in.
That's better. Where do I start?
There's $50,000 in $20 bills in this lunch pail. I've named you as go-between. They'll contact you and arrange for the pickup. I don't know when nor how.
And after I deliver?
We have the serial numbers, naturally. All banks will be informed and alerted. When we pin them down to a central point of operation, then you can go after them, Race. And no holds barred. All right?
I'll take it.
Good. Now, I guess you might as well drift out of here. Now, there's a side door. I'll have another drink and leave later.
Right. Come on, Mark.
Let's go. Brother, carrying that kind of dough in this joint ain't a happy idea, Chuck. Especially the way you addressed it.
We'll be out soon. Then I'm in for a lonely evening at the telephone. And if the lady calls, I'll have to hang up.
Yeah. I left the car in front of the joint. So we can go through this alley here.
Sure, come through. But don't be in a hurry.
He stood in the shadow of a doorway where the streetlight at the end of the alley couldn't pick out his face. But the gun in his hand was very visible. 2 other men were crouched behind the rubbish cans at the far side of the alley.
You got a package to deliver. Start unloading. Just drop it on the ground.
It's rather valuable.
Yeah, I know it's valuable. Don't monkey around.
Now, may I have a receipt?
Well, I'd give you one, but I don't think you'd like it. Walk to your car slow and get lost.
I'll do it, reluctantly. I hope we meet again someday.
Think we can jump him?
No, it's their play this time.
Look, I don't know what you're mumbling, but I don't like it. Now move.
Come on, Marcus.
We'll send our guest home in a couple of days. Meanwhile, be like the little Fisk boy. It's time to retire before somebody blows your candle out.
I know it. It happens every time.
What's the matter, Mark?
Every time I get on one of these cases, which it starts out on nice solid ground, but sooner or later you drag me into the wild blue yonder. And I ain't no Pappy Boyington.
Relax and take a look at this map. Ransom bills have turned up in all the circled areas. Cities in Idaho, Montana, Arizona, Nevada.
Yeah, that's great. So how you going to find a guy who's pushing?
There's one good-sized city in the area that hasn't been touched. Right there.
Yeah. Salt Lake City. You figure they'll try to unload some of the dough there?
No. They must have skipped Salt Lake City for a reason. And I think the reason is simple. They're working out of Salt Lake City. They wouldn't push any of the bills too close to their base.
Oh. You ever been in Salt Lake before, Race?
In the winter. It's great for skiing.
Skiing? You mean girls?
Maybe I'd better say skiing before you get into trouble. This is Mormon country, and you'd better be on your good behavior.
Yeah, I'll grow wings and make like an angel. As a matter of fact, I feel a lot safer up here with a spare set of wings.
Oh, go get yourself a magazine. I want to take a nap.
Okay. Be back in a while.
May I sit down for a moment, Mr. Race?
For a moment, I thought I dozed off and had myself a vision. She was standing over me, and her eyes were like violets, but there was fire behind them, just like that smoldering something in her voice. Then she slipped into Mark's seat, and her hand, very soft, very alive, and very feminine, settled over mine.
You don't remember me, do you, Mr. Race?
If I should, and I don't, I ought to be shot.
I'm Sybil Anderson. The insurance company hired you to keep an eye on the family jewelry at my coming-out party in 1946.
But you can't be that scrawny little society girl.
I've grown up a little. It happens.
It should happen to every girl. Didn't I read something about you getting yourself engaged last year?
Mm-hmm. But it didn't take. My father, unfortunately, went broke, and I found it hard to keep up with Sonny Kruger and his pals.
You were going to marry Kruger?
Yes, but not anymore.
Where are you bound for, Sybil?
Same destination as yours, Race. Salt Lake City.
Vacation?
No. I've been living there for a while. You know, Race, I've become a career girl. I found that a smart girl can make a lot of money on her own. Why are you going?
To study the habits of smart people who make a lot of money on their own. If Sybil Anderson was throwing out a trail deliberately, she couldn't be as bright as she looked. Mark and I took turns following her for a couple of days, but her activities seemed as innocent as those of a campfire girl on the night before a rally. We gave it up finally and headed for the Great Salt Lake to have a swim, or rather, a float.
You know, they tell me the water here is so thick a guy bobs around like a cork. Well, what's the fun of swimming if you can't drown?
You're a weird one at times. Hurry up and crawl into that suit.
Okay. You know, the walls are sure thin in these bathhouses.
Well, people with secrets shouldn't live in bathhouses, that's all. Snap it up.
Oh, give me a chance, will you?
I'm telling you, Porky, it's too dangerous. We're hot.
Hey.
How long do you think
Quiet,
you can
Mark.
stay like?
Don't scream at me, Corman.
All right. Let's get dressed and get out of here.
What is right?
You hear that voice?
Which one?
Gorman, the man who helped himself to $50,000 in the alley behind Joe Bell's saloon. Back into your clothes quickly. We've got to tail him.
I'm beginning to feel like Gypsy Rose Lee playing a double matinee.
Better speed it up a little, Mark. Gorman seems to be developing a lead foot on that accelerator.
You ask me, he knows we're after him. We should have taken down a license number of the car, just in case.
Don't worry. I've got the number.
This ought to be the last curve. Then a straightaway. There you are. I tell you, nice stretch all the way up the side.
Yes, but no car. Stop.
Holy cow. Where could they have gone?
Must have driven into some side road we missed or into a patch of saplings.
Well, I'll turn this bus around.
No, we'll leave it here and take to the woods on foot. We can work back under cover. Maybe their hideout is near here.
You know, this is going to give them a great chance to take pot shots at us and swear they thought we was a couple of mooses.
We'd make an even better target if we were creeping along in the car. Stay about 5 yards deep from the road, and I'll head in a little deeper. Make as little noise as possible.
Yeah, don't worry. I hate having bullet holes in it.
Stop talking. Hit the dirt! There's a little ravine just in front of me. Run after it. Next shot.
Right. That last one was closer.
We're all right for now. They can't spot us in here. We'll be able to hear any approach they make.
Yeah, but how are we going to get out?
We're not. They got us pinned down. We'll stay here until it gets dark.
Hey, Race, when are we going to move? My foot's asleep.
That Utah moon is a little too bright. There's a cloud formation, though. If it blots things out for a while, we'll go.
They probably left hours ago. I would like to bet you they are right now chewing on T-bone steaks while we are hiding from the boogeyman.
That's a bet you'd lose. Take a look up that hill.
Hey, a couple of flashlights.
They're coming down, and there's somebody in front of them.
2 people. Guy and a dame. Shining the lights right on them.
Mark.
What's it?
The girl, it's Sybil Anderson, and the man is Sonny Kruger.
Well, at least he's still alive.
Yes, but for how long? They're getting ready for some kind of play.
Race,
Present, teacher. Don't come any closer.
we're going to give you a chance to get out of here alive.
Stop playing games with him, Gorman. Listen, Race. You want Kruger and his dame to stay alive? Get lost till we unload all that money.
Race,
Yes, Sybil?
I don't think they'll harm us if you go.
But they'll kill us if you don't. You have no right to risk our lives, Race. Go away! Go away!
All right, Kruger, don't get hysterical. We'll go.
Your car is only 30 feet behind you on the road. I moved it down from where you left it.
All right, run for it, Mark.
All right. There's a road straight ahead.
Yeah, and there's the car. Start her up and go down the road away. Then we can turn around and come back. Stop on the far side of this curve.
Okay. Brother, this hill's a lot steeper going down than what's coming up.
All right, slow down.
Right.
I said slow down.
Holy cow.
What is it, Mark?
She won't stop, Race. They must have sawed the brake rods.
Almost tipped over then, Mark.
Yeah, you're telling me. We're going to make this next curve, Race.
All right, Mark, we'll have to jump for it.
Go ahead. Happy landing.
We'll return to the adventures of Frank Race in just about 1 minute. And now, back to the adventures of Frank Race.
Jumping from a car moving at 90 miles per hour over a winding mountain road is not the sort of sport I'd recommend. At least, not this side of paradise. And speaking of paradise, I wasn't sure which side of it I was on when I started to come to. The lady was dressed in white.
Feeling better, Mr. Race?
Oh, am I where I think I am?
You're in the emergency ward of the Mormon hospital.
Mark Donovan, is he all right?
Yes. Yes, as a matter of fact, he's waiting outside.
How long have I been out?
4 days. But you're all right now, and you can have visitors if you want.
I'll take 'em. And a good strong cup of coffee for a chaser.
You don't need any stimulant now, but I'll bring you some water. And I'll send Mr. Donovan in. You can go in now.
Oh, thanks. Race, why don't you stop trying to prove that your head's as hard as mine?
I'll bet there's a hole in the road where you hid it, Marcus.
Yeah, well, I've been busy while you've been gold bricking here. Sybil Anderson is back in circulation, and Sonny Kruger's on the loose, too.
Which means I've been out too long. Gorman and Berkey must have pushed the last of the hot money.
I went back up into the hills to see if I could find a hideout, but there wasn't anything. You know something? It was pretty lucky to be picked up after that crash.
Who found us?
A couple of guys from the Forest Patrol. There's a thing up there called a ski lift. It's a bunch of chairs hanging from some kind of telephone poles or something.
There's no snow. Why would they be up there?
Some kids must have got it started and somebody reported it, so these guys were going up to stop it and they found us.
Here's some water, Mr. Race.
Thanks.
Would you like a glass, Mr. Donovan?
You sure it wouldn't be too strong for me?
You'll have to get used to our ways, Mr. Donovan.
Maybe there's something to him at that. I never saw such healthy people in all my life. You know, Race, even when I feel good, I look at them and they make me think I must be sick.
Mr. Race, the doctor says you'll be able to leave in the morning.
Fine. I'll be ready.
Nice. There's a big dance here Saturday night.
There's one every Saturday night, Mr. Donovan. Goodbye.
If you're really stuck for a date, I'm not doing anything.
Shut up.
No matter what the town, there's always some place on the outskirts that the local citizens would rather forget. And Salt Lake City was no exception. When I left the hospital, Mark and I drove to the place, a bottle-carrying dive on Route 91 known as the Sinner's Lair.
Holy cow, what did you want to come to this joint for, Race?
Gorman and Berkey are hardly the type to give up their nightlife, and they'd find Mormon amusements too conservative.
Yeah, well, how do you know they haven't blown town? They've set Kruger free.
I don't think the money's all gone. Not enough's been picked up. I checked with Benton. Only $21,000 has turned up.
You know something? We still haven't gotten a good look at Gorman's face. How are we going to know him?
It's a case of ears instead of eyes. Keep yours open and tab that voice if you can. Drift around a little.
All right. But suppose he spots us first.
He's never seen us too clearly either. They've got as much of an edge as he has.
Okay. If I see him, I'll give you the nod.
Eavesdropping has never been one of my favorite pastimes, and the patrons of the Sinner's Lair didn't favor it either. There were faces I'd seen before, migratory faces that turn up here and there around the country, small-time crooks running away from the laws of one state or another, moving from town to town, never staying too long in any one spot. But at the back of the place, near a booth, I caught the tones of a voice I knew. It wasn't Gorman. It was Sybil Anderson.
Are you safe now, Sonny? Are you sure?
Yes, I'm out of it. They won't bother me anymore. Hello. Oh, hello, Race.
Oh, Race. Race, you're all right.
I'm looking for Gorman and Berkey. You know where they might be, Kruger?
Probably thousands of miles from here by now. Might as well pack up and go home.
Thanks for the advice. I think I'll stick. Mark and I meant to come back after you the other night, but we had an accident.
I was frightened for you, Race.
Tell me something, Sybil. How'd they happen to pick you up?
Oh, that was my fault, Race. I thought I could get away from them. I slipped a note out to Sybil and asked her to meet me with a car. The man I bribed double-crossed me. He delivered the note, and I picked her up.
I don't think it's smart for you to be hanging out in a place like this, Sonny.
He's right, Sonny. You ought to go back to town. I'll stay with Race, and he can drive me in.
Why do you want to stay with him?
The time has passed when I have to explain things to you, Sonny. Remember?
All right. That's the way you want it. Call you tomorrow. Goodbye, Race.
Goodbye.
Well, we're alone, Race, but in the middle of a crowd as usual.
We could go outside. There's a moon.
Let's.
We didn't speak. But when we got outside, I held my arms open for her, and she came to me. She was smaller and softer than she looked, but the fire in her eyes and her voice were even more evident with her eyes closed and her lips smothered.
Oh, I wanted to do that when I was 18, Race. The night of my coming out party.
I'm glad we waited. You learned a lot.
Yes, I have.
Including how to make money. Want to tell me about it?
What do you mean?
Who was behind the kidnapping of Kruger?
Why, I don't know. Race, you don't think
You've made
that
a lot of statements you haven't explained.
I've been doing a series of articles on Mormon culture. I've been working, Race. That's what I meant. What was that?
Shot from the club. Come on.
Race, where are you?
Here.
Gorman and Boykin spotted him. He took a shot at me and scrambled a car.
You know what they look like now?
I'll never forget.
Hit the highway. Maybe we can catch them.
Race, be careful.
There's a car up ahead. It must be theirs.
At least they didn't have time to work over the brakes on this heap.
They're slowing down.
Yeah, well, let's not figure on giving up too easy. They made business.
Well, we're armed, too, this time.
Coming up to him.
Keep low over the wheel, boy.
Hey, you hit something. He's going off the road.
Careful, Mark.
He got on tires. Hold on. Oh, brother, I was afraid I was going to have to jump again.
Well, we've lost him. But we got a busy night ahead of us. Turn around and go back to the sinner's lair.
What for?
One of them is wounded. You need treatment. They won't dare go to a hospital or a doctor. Maybe we can pick up the name of somebody who specializes in the treatment of illegal wounds.
Yes? What do you want?
A friend of mine was brought in here suffering from a gunshot wound. I want to see him.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Look, he's hot. I've got to get him out of town. Stop stalling.
Hey, come in. He's in here. Get him out of here fast if he's hot. What happened to the fellow who brought him here?
He couldn't wait. Hello, Gorman. Or is it Berkey?
You're right the first time, Race. It's Gorman.
This is the end of the road, boy.
Yeah, I know it. What do you want?
Who's the head man?
What's in it for me if I spill?
I can't promise you anything, you know that. But it might go easier if I could say you were cooperative.
All right. I'll gamble. The whole snatch was engineered by...
Race, will you please tell me what we're checking all these motels for?
Sonny Kruger's car. He must be staying at one of them. Isn't registered at any of the hotels.
Oh, hey, look, beside that cabin, a yellow convertible.
Monogram. That's it. W.K. Walter Kruger. Come on.
Oh, what do you want with him?
Just want to ask him a question.
Yes?
Oh.
Oh, it's you, Race. Come in.
I want to ask you something, Sonny. Where were you at 1 a.m.?
Why?
Because somebody shot one of your captors, Gorman, while I was talking to him.
Well, I was with an old friend of my father's, Joseph Saunders.
Will he swear to that? And is his word any good?
He's a Mormon and very highly respected.
How did you spend the evening?
Playing chess at his house. Matter of fact, we stopped at exactly 1 a.m. and he made some coffee. And we talked for a while.
Mind if I call him and check on it?
I don't think it would do any good. He just died a few minutes ago. Heart attack. I heard the report while I was listening to the radio.
Race, why are you asking me all these questions?
Because you know more than you've been telling me. Was Sonny in some kind of trouble?
How would I know?
You do know. Sonny doesn't inherit his full fortune until he's 35, and his allowance from his father's will wasn't enough for him. If you got married, your father was going to advance him some money, wasn't he? Then your father went broke, and the engagement was called off.
You got a crystal ball, Race?
I checked on Gorman and Berkey. Their regular racket is a floating dice game.
What does that prove?
I think that Sonny owed them money he couldn't pay, and they were pressuring him. And I think he whipped up this deal himself to pay them off and get himself some cash on the side. Gorman and Berkey unloaded their money, but Sonny has the rest.
Find it.
I will, sooner or later.
Race, Sonny is gone. I went back to check on him. He's gone.
We're going too. I got the pieces now. We're going to pick Sonny up.
You mean you know where he is?
He's gone after the rest of the cash.
And all you have to do, Race, is find out where it is.
I know where it is. It's in the hills, someplace near the ski lift.
The ski lift?
That's right, Mark. The ski lift that was running without any snow. Come on, baby. This is the payoff. All right, Mark. There's the cabin. He must be in there.
If we go into that clearing, he's going to start blasting.
We don't have to go in. Sonny! Come on out.
Come and get me, Race.
I can do it from here. It's autumn, boy. If I fire this brush, you're finished.
Got a point, Race.
Put your hands up and come on.
Got me, Race?
Looks that way.
Haven't you forgotten Berkey? He's right behind you with a gun.
Reach for it, Ray.
Nice going, Mark.
It's nothing, really.
Well, that's my last trump, Race. Looks like you win. I should get out of prison just in time to collect my inheritance.
You're not getting out, Sonny. You murdered Gorman.
But, Race, I told you about my alibi. I think it will hold up. Maybe Berkey shot Gorman.
No, Sonny. You did it. You shouldn't have used a dead Mormon for your story. There was a hole in it.
What do you mean?
You said you stopped your chess game at 1 a.m. and your Mormon host made some coffee. Good Mormons don't drink coffee, Sonny. It's banned. It's considered a stimulant. You should have learned a little bit about the customs of the country.
But I tell you...
Don't tell me. Tell a Mormon jury, Sonny. I think that imaginary cup of coffee may be expensive. It's going to cost you your life.
The Adventures of Frank Race, starring Paul Dubov with Tony Barrett as Mark Donovan, comes to you from Hollywood. Others heard in tonight's cast were Wilms Herbert, Inga Yolis, Bert Holland, William Johnstone, and Michael Ann Barrett. This series is written and directed by Buckley Angel and Joel Murcott. The music is composed and played by Ivan Ditmars. Be sure to be with us again this time next week for another dramatic chapter in The Adventures of Frank Race. Michael Roy speaking. This is a Bruce Ells production.
Welcome back. Well, the verbal clue, I think, is definitely pretty weak, and this is a pretty good illustration of it. Because, he can go into, you can go into court and say, no, I didn't say, I didn't say he served me coffee. You can't prove I said he did me coffee. Always somewhat dubious. This is kind of interesting for this late 40s look at popular portrayal of Utah and particularly Mormonism in the 1940s. I'm certain that the particular emphasis of this episode wasn't necessarily the one that Salt Lake City Chamber of Commerce would go for. And I do know we have some listeners out in Utah, so they may or may not, depending on how long they've lived there, be able to speak to the accuracy of what Utah was really like in the 1940s. Because this episode does kind of have a very interesting emphasis on it. But I'll look forward to listener comments on that. Well, that'll actually do it for today. We'll be back tomorrow with A Life in Your Hands. And in the meantime, You can send your comments to box13@greatdetectives.net. Well, today's episode is brought to you by the financial support of our listeners. And this one, I particularly want to say thank you to Joyce, who actually mailed in a contribution. And we appreciate it. And we'll email access to our premium site, which we do with all donations of $7 or more. And if you'd like to donate by snail mail, just email me at box13@greatdetectives.net, because I know not everyone's comfortable with or is able to use PayPal. All right, well, now it's time to get into today's story from a life in your hands, and there's actually no blank space between last week's story and this week's No Lost episode, so let's enjoy Carl Fortune.
The National Broadcasting Company delays the start of this program to bring you a special bulletin. From the NBC newsroom in New York, North Korean communist troops have driven American forces back again in their first night attack of the war. The assault along the western sector of the Korean front pushed our troops farther than they had planned to withdraw, completely revising our defensive plan. Keep tuned to your NBC station for the later news.
You never know when you step from the safety of your home, when you may witness a violent death and be called upon to testify as to what you saw and heard, and suddenly find yourself with a life in your hands. Murder is a dark enigma that strikes fear into the heart of man. Strange, baffling, mysterious. But the darkest crime one man can invent, another man can unravel. Such a man is Jonathan Kegg, created by Earl Stanley Gardner, the world's most popular writer of mysteries. Creator of Perry Mason, Doug Selby, and many other outstanding characters. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Jonathan Kegg.
Any one of you may at any time be witness to a crime. And it will be very important that you recall accurately what you may see or hear. You can never tell when it may happen. Even now, somewhere in the city, there may be a crime in the making.
Don't you think you're driving a little fast, Carl?
I'm doing the driving.
What is it? Family again? I've got a right to know, Carl. After all, I'm your partner.
Look, Jim, I agreed to drive up here with you for the weekend just because you thought a little fishing might settle my nerves. In spite of the fact that my wife and mother-in-law are here and don't want to see me. Let's see if the fishing helps. Meantime, lay off.
If you fall apart, our whole business is shot. Has it got something to do with your mother-in-law?
Of course it's Ellen. Ever since Hazel and I have been married, she's been trying to break it up.
Well, I don't want to see anything happen between you and Hazel. But after all, Ellen has quite an interest in our firm.
Ellen wants to withdraw the money she advanced to me.
Oh, that would ruin us.
She has a 10-year contract with me, and it's still got 4 years to run. Nothing short of my death will let her get that money out.
She could make a lot of trouble.
She is making trouble. I tell you, Ellen is making Hazel hate me.
That isn't good.
When a husband and wife aren't husband and wife, it isn't good. And that's the way it is, thanks to Ellen. But I'm not through with that old witch yet. Here we are. Want to come in for a minute?
No, thanks. I'm going next door and air out the house. Then to the lodge for a steak. Join me?
Later, probably.
Drop by the lodge about 10.
Okay.
See you then. So long, Carl.
So long, Jim. Hazel, it's me.
Oh, hello, Carl. You got here sooner than I expected.
I didn't waste any time. Scared Jim half to death.
Oh? Jim come up with you?
Yeah, we're going fishing in the morning.
I see. Well, I'm glad to know why you came. I knew it wasn't to see me.
I see you're feeling normal today.
Please don't take that tone of voice with me.
Oh, for gosh sakes, Hazel, why do we have to
Please, Carl. What's going on in here? Oh, it's you.
You're early.
So sorry.
Hazel, I won't be spoken to this way.
Oh, what can I do, Mother? Why did you have to sign that agreement letting his firm have all your money for 10 years?
As I recall, I wasn't going to do it until you urged me. I did it for you, Hazel. I've always done everything in the world for you. You know that.
Oh, I know, Mother. Oh, I don't know what I was thinking of when I married you.
Well, that's a nice wifely remark.
I mean it.
Congratulations, Ellen. You've done it. You've been trying for 6 years to poison Hazel against me, and now you've done it.
What do you mean? I've tried to help.
Oh, sure, you've always tried to help.
Oh, why must I be abused this way?
Carl, apologize to Mother this instant.
I'm not going to apologize to anyone. I'm through. I've had more than any man should have to take.
You mean you're leaving?
They give you an excuse to sue me for divorce and get alimony, not on your life. But if I have any more trouble with either one of you, I'm going to sue Ellen for alienation of affection.
Oh.
I'll take every penny you've got, both of you, before you're rid of me.
Smokers, it pays two ways to smoke Raleigh cigarettes. It pays with top-quality smoking enjoyment. It pays with luxury premiums. There are over 75 beautiful premiums, and you can get them just like gifts. Just smoke Raleighs and save the profit-sharing coupons. And remember,
a recent decision by the Federal Trade Commission, an agency of the United States government, should prove to you
you cannot believe in throat tests.
You cannot believe in nose tests.
But you can believe your own eyes. So take the Raleigh eye test and see for yourself the only real important difference between leading brands of cigarettes. A difference you can believe because it's a difference you can see. The Raleigh Profit-Sharing Premium Coupon.
Carl, I've been looking all over for you. It's almost midnight. What have you been up to?
What's it look like?
Looks like you've been drowning your troubles. Well, keep drinking and you won't want to go fishing in the morning.
Sure I will. Anything to get out of that house.
Pretty bad, huh?
She's finally done it, Jim. She's turned Hazel against me. Completely.
What about the firm? What'll this do if you and Hazel get a divorce?
No divorce. I'm sticking around. They're not going to hook me for alimony.
Don't be too sure of that. If this thing gets to court, Hazel might not only get alimony, but that agreement between you and your mother-in-law could be set aside.
Oh, stop being an old worrywart. It's not going to happen.
It could if you don't take it easy.
Are you telling me how to run my life?
No, of course not. You're not in a very good mood for talking tonight, Carl. I'll see you tomorrow morning at 5. Good night.
Yeah, right. Phil, bring me another double martini.
George, I feel guilty enjoying the cool comfort of this porch. I think you and Mr. Kegg should sleep out here on the porch and let me take the bedroom.
Oh, nonsense. I wouldn't hear of it. Hope Jonathan gets here soon.
Think you'll be long?
Oh, not very. If he left the city at 5, he should be here any minute. It's almost 1 o'clock.
I suppose you two are going fishing at the crack of dawn, and I won't get a chance to meet Jonathan Kegg.
You'll have plenty of chance, dear.
That's what I like about being married to a judge. You meet the most interesting people. Oh, here comes a car now. Maybe that's Mr. Kegg.
No, that's Carl Fortune coming home. In the usual condition, I'm afraid. Uh-oh. Sounds like Carl missed the garage slightly.
Sounded to me more like he didn't miss it.
Oh, honey. Let's listen, see if he makes it this time. That time he made it. Bully for him. Now, if he can just close his garage door.
I'm afraid the Fortunes have been having trouble lately.
Well, darling, between Carl's drinking and, what's her name? Hazel's mother?
Ellen Sisler.
Yeah. Well, the car's all tucked away. Yes, that Ellen. Believe me, she's no help.
Well, I hope Mr. Kegg gets here soon. It's time to go to sleep.
Oh, you go ahead and turn in, dear. I'll wait for him. He won't be long now. Good night, dearest.
Good night, darling.
Yeah. Your car coming now. That's probably Jonathan. You go to sleep. We'll see you when we get back from fishing.
What is it?
Oh, sorry to waken you, Ellen. I came to pick up Carl to go fishing.
Oh, I guess he isn't up yet.
What is it, Mother?
Oh, Jim came to pick up Carl. You better rout him out.
Oh, I don't know where he is, Jim. He didn't come home last night.
Didn't come home, but I heard him.
So did I. He almost tore the garage down.
Well, I don't know. I took a sleeping pill. I didn't hear him, but I know he isn't in bed. The bed hasn't been slept in.
Maybe he slept in the car. Wouldn't put it past him.
He might have at that. He wasn't too happy when I saw him at the lodge last night. I'll take a look.
Oh, you can't get in that way. The door's locked. You'll have to come through the house. It's this way, through the kitchen. I suppose he was drinking at the lodge.
He'd had a few.
Was he talking? About Mother and me, I mean.
Take it easy, Hazel. Carl was upset last night.
Oh, he should have been. No one will ever know what that man has done to Hazel and me.
Oh, Mother, please. Here's the door to the garage.
Good Lord. The car motor's running. Get back. This place is loaded with carbon monoxide.
George, Mr. Kegg, thank goodness you're both back. The most terrible things happened. Carl Fortune's killed himself.
What? That's impossible.
Well, I just don't see how anyone could do a thing like that by accident. I think it's suicide, and I know a lot of people are glad he did it.
Really, Mrs. Holden? Maybe it might be a good idea if we all went to the coroner's inquest. It just might be that one of those people who's glad this fellow died sort of helped him along.
From the testimony we've heard, gentlemen of the jury, it seems pretty plain to me that Carl Fortune committed suicide. Mr. Kegg asked me earlier if he could enter the case as amicus curiae. Do you still want to do that in the light of the testimony, Mr. Kegg?
If that is agreeable with you, Mr. Coroner.
Perfectly, Mr. Kegg. I'd like to tell my jury that an amicus curiae is a friend of the court. He helps the court find out exactly what happened, and he never acts for either the defendant or the prosecution. Would you like to ask some questions as an amicus curiae, Mr. Kegg?
Yes, Mr. Coroner. Is there any doubt as to the cause of death?
None at all. His blood was loaded with carbon monoxide and alcohol.
Was there any other mark on the body?
No. He was found in an enclosed garage sitting in his car with the motor running. There was no question as to the cause of death.
I see. I'd like to call the wife of the deceased, Mrs. Hazel Fortune. Mrs. Fortune, did your husband drink a great deal?
He used to, then he stopped. But lately, we'd had some trouble.
What kind of trouble?
Well, Really, Mr. Kegg, this has been very upsetting. Must I go into our personal life?
I'm afraid you must, Mrs. Fortune.
Well, when Carl and Jim started their brokerage business, my mother loaned Carl the money. Then they had a fight, Mother and Carl. She wanted her money back. Carl wouldn't give it to her.
And you sided with your mother?
It was her money. She was entitled to it.
Did this estrange you from your husband?
You could hardly love a swindler.
That is how you considered him?
What else could I think?
You argued about this yesterday.
Yes, we did.
Was Carl depressed by the estrangement between you two?
Well, he seemed to be.
Depressed enough to kill himself?
I don't know.
Where were you between 12 and 2 last night?
In bed, asleep.
You didn't hear your husband come home?
No, I was nervous and upset. I took a sleeping pill about 10:30 and went right to sleep.
When did you waken?
About 5, when Jim came to the door to get Carl to go fishing.
You heard nothing between 10:30 and 5 in the morning?
Nothing at all.
The door to your garage, is it heavy?
Well, I don't know. I don't drive. I never moved it.
How much insurance did your husband carry?
I'm not sure. I think he said $60,000.
You were the beneficiary?
Yes.
Was there a suicide clause in that policy?
I don't know. Why are you asking me all these questions? Haven't I been through enough? Stop it! Stop!
That will do, Mrs. Fortune. You may step down. I'd like to call Mr. James Trask. Mr. Trask, what is the condition of your business? Financially, that is.
Excellent. We sell stocks and bonds. The market has picked up lately.
Then you would say that Mr. Fortune had no business worries?
Well, not exactly that.
Well, Mrs. Fortune testified that her mother couldn't get her money out of the firm. Is that true?
Yes. As a matter of fact, on the way up, Carl said the only way Ellen could get out was if he were to die.
That's very interesting, Mr. Trask. Did you see Fortune last night?
Yes. I met him at the lodge about midnight.
What was his condition?
He'd been drinking again. I talked to him for a while, then he started to get nasty. I left and went home.
That was the last you saw of him?
Yes, although I heard him when he came home later. You see, my house is right next to the Fortunes.
What time was this?
Close to 1 o'clock. I heard his car come up the road at a pretty fair rate of speed, past the house and turn into the driveway. Then it crashed into the garage. Carl backed off and tried again. I heard another crash from inside the garage. Then I heard him pull down the garage door.
Is that door heavy?
Oh, I don't know. I've never raised it.
These crashes you refer to, did you examine the car this morning for damages?
Yes. The right front fender was crumpled. There was a mark on the side of the entrance to the garage where he'd sideswiped it.
And the second crash, the one inside the garage?
The left front wheel was resting on a small wooden packing case. The case was smashed. I guess that was the other crash I heard.
Neither one of these would seem to you to be a severe accident, the sort that might stun a man.
Well, I wouldn't think so.
What becomes of your partnership now that Carl is dead?
What do you mean?
Just what I say. What happens to your partnership now?
Why, it goes on. Hazel inherits Carl's share. I'll go on running the business.
With Carl out of the way, do you think Ellen Sisler will want to get out her money?
Just what are you driving at?
Nothing at all, Mr. Trask. You may step down. Mrs. Sisler, you are the dead man's mother-in-law?
Yes.
Were you awake when Carl arrived home last night?
I heard him drive up and bang into the garage, if that's what you mean.
Tell us exactly what you did here, please.
Well, I heard the car coming fast, and then it swerved into the driveway. And then it banged into the side of the garage, what shook the whole house. I listened for a second, and then the car seemed to back up and then drive into the garage. Pretty soon, the garage door closed.
The garage is attached to the house?
Yes, along the west side.
And your room, the one from which you heard these sounds, is that on the west side, too?
No, my room's on the east side, next to Jim Trask's house.
Did you hear anything else at the time the car drove up? Now think carefully.
I know what I heard. Just what I told you. No more, no less.
You didn't care much for your son-in-law, did you, Mrs. Sisler?
I don't know what that has to do with it, but since you asked, no. He was ruining my poor Hazel's life.
Do you happen to know whether the garage door was heavy?
Do I look like the type of person who would know about garage doors?
Thank you, Mrs. Sisler. That will be all. Mr. Coroner, something quite strange has come to light here. There's need for further testimony to clarify the situation. But before we have that, I would like the body of Carl Fortune examined for further injury. I believe he was murdered.
Following the re-examination of Carl Fortune's body, Jonathan Kegg is going to call another witness, a person who had no connection with the crime, but just happened to be nearby when it was committed. If you should be the next witness called, could you remember what you have heard? It would be vitally important that you do so, or you would hold a life in your hands. You cannot believe in throat tests.
You cannot believe in nose tests.
Decisions recently issued by the United States Government Federal Trade Commission should convince every intelligent smoker that you cannot believe in throat tests, you cannot believe in nose tests. These distinguished government experts, appointed by law to protect the public against false and misleading advertising claims, have declared,
1, There is no reliable basis for claims that one brand is superior to another in respect to throat irritants.
2. All manufacturers of leading brands of cigarettes buy their leaf tobacco from the same sources.
With these 2 facts in mind, give yourself Raleigh's famous eye test. Hold up 2 packs of cigarettes, one of Raleigh's, one of any other leading brand. Turn them around. Take the eye test. You'll see the difference.
Yes, you'll see that only Raleigh's have a coupon on the back. And because Raleigh cigarettes give you rich, fine tobaccos, a smooth, satisfying smoke, that Raleigh profit-sharing coupon is the only real important difference between leading brands of cigarettes. It's a difference you can believe, because it's a difference you can see. So switch to Raleigh cigarettes, America's greatest cigarette value.
When the inquest into the death of Carl Fortune was reconvened, it was the coroner who spoke first.
A further examination of the body of Carl Fortune shows that prior to his death, he was struck a blow just below and behind the left ear. The bruise was covered by his hair and was not detected when he was first examined.
Jonathan Kegg is called as his next witness, Mary Holden, wife of his good friend Judge George Holden, with whom Mr. Kegg is spending the weekend. Jonathan Kegg is beginning his cross-examination.
Mrs. Holden, for the benefit of the coroner's jury, please describe exactly how your house is located with respect to the Fortune home.
There are 3 houses at that end of the road. They all face the lake.
The Fortune house is the middle one of the 3?
Yes. Jim Trask lives on the east side, and our house is on the other side.
On which side of the Fortune house is the garage?
Oh, on the west side. Our side.
Where were you last night about 1 o'clock?
I was in bed.
Asleep?
No, I was still awake.
At about 1 o'clock, did a car drive into the Fortune garage?
Yes, I heard Carl come home. He was driving very badly.
In what part of the house was your bed?
I was on the sleeping porch.
Is it an enclosed sleeping porch?
No, just with screens.
How far would you say it was from your sleeping porch to the Fortune's garage?
Well, that's hard to say.
Well, is it a quarter of a mile?
Oh, goodness, no. It's no further away than the end of this room.
Perhaps 20 feet.
About that,
Now, Mrs. Holden, you said that Carl Fortune was driving very badly.
Well, I heard his car come up the road very fast and kind of skid as he turned into the driveway. And then there was a crash. George said Fortune missed the garage, and I said it sounded more like he hit it.
Did he get the car into the garage?
Oh, yes. He got out of his car to see what damage had been done, or at least I assume that was why.
Mrs. Holden, just tell us exactly what you heard.
Well, I heard the car door open and close again. And then the car backed up and then went forward into the garage.
Did you hear the garage door close?
Yes. Yes, I remember that distinctly. It was a few seconds later.
Now think carefully. Between the time the car went into the garage and the time the door closed, did you hear anything else?
No. No, I'm positive I didn't.
You didn't hear Carl Fortune get out of his car to close that garage door?
No, I didn't hear that.
Did you get out of bed to see what damage might have been done when you heard Carl Fortune's car hit the garage?
Oh, no, sir. You see, I can't see the garage from our sleeping porch because of the high hedge that runs between the houses.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Holden. Your accurate memory of what you heard has aided materially in solving a murder. Mr. Coroner, I would like to recall Mr. James Trask. Mr. Trask, were you in bed when you heard Carl Fortune's car turn into his garage?
Yes. As a matter of fact, I'd been reading and staying awake just on the chance that I might hear him get home. I guess I was a little worried.
You testified earlier that you heard the car hit the garage. Then there was another crash, caused this time by the cars running over a small wooden packing case inside the garage. Is that correct?
That's right.
That wooden case was found under the car's wheel?
Yes, I saw it there myself.
Which is closer to Fortune's garage, your house or the Holdens?
To the garage? Holden's, of course.
How do you account for the fact that Mrs. Holden, who was much closer to the garage than you, and on an outside porch at that, didn't hear the packing case smash. She didn't even hear the car door open once the car was in the garage.
I don't know. I heard the crash. And after all, we know the case was smashed.
Yes, we do. But we also know that Mrs. Sisler, who was in Fortune's house, didn't hear it. And we also know that Mrs. Holden, right beside the garage, didn't hear it. But it happened. And you heard it.
Now, look here.
Therefore, you must have been closer to that car than either one of the other two.
Well, that's ridiculous. I was at home in bed.
You couldn't possibly have been home in bed and heard what you say you heard.
Maybe I just imagined I heard the box smash.
Oh, no, you didn't. Because the box was actually smashed. You were where you could hear that box smash, all right. You were in the garage.
No, that's not true.
Oh, yes, it is. You thought Ellen's hatred of Carl would make her try to ruin your business. But with him dead, she and Hazel would get a full partner share and be satisfied.
You're just guessing. You can't prove a thing.
I've just proved that you lied, and I can prove a great deal more.
What can you prove? How do you know this Holden woman isn't lying? Maybe she's deaf for all you know.
We can find that out easily enough. Mrs. Holden.
Yes, Mr. Kegg?
What is your first name, please?
Mary, of course.
Is Mrs. Holden deaf, Trask? Is she?
Why, you've got no proof.
Oh, yes, there's proof, all right. You waited till Fortune came home. When his car hit the garage, you went up to the car, opened the door, slugged him, and then put the car in the garage. You hauled Fortune over in front of the wheel, left the motor running, closed the garage door, and went home to bed.
You don't say so.
There's just one thing you forgot, Trask. You testified earlier that you never touched that garage door. But when you closed it last night, you undoubtedly left your fingerprints on the handle.
I did not.
It'll take only a moment to find out.
You'll find nothing. I wore gloves.
Well, you certainly trapped him neatly, Jonathan. But what made you suspect murder in the first place? I would have accepted the verdict as suicide without any question.
Well, I wasn't sure it wasn't suicide, George. But it seemed to me that there were 3 people who might have wanted Carl Fortune to die.
Mm-hmm.
It was very convenient for them that he died when he did.
Well, when did you know Trask was guilty?
Well, I thought so when Trask said he'd heard the packing case smashed. Mrs. Sisler had already said she hadn't heard that sound. Then when Mary confirmed it, well, I knew. You know, it's a funny thing, but there is almost always a pattern of sound in these cases, which, when properly interpreted, will lead to the truth.
Thank you, Mr. Kegg.
Good night, Mr. Wallace.
Good night. And friends, here's a cordial invitation for each of you to be with us next Tuesday, when you will again hear Jonathan Kegg, created by Earl Stanley Gardner, author of the internationally famous Perry Mason stories and many others. And remember, you can believe your own eyes. So look for the pack with the coupon on the back. Raleigh's Cigarettes, America's greatest cigarette value.
Give me a man who smokes a pipe. Pipe smokers look so masculine, so satisfied.
Satisfied? Yes, especially when they smoke Sir Walter Raleigh. Richer tasting, smoother smoking Sir Walter Raleigh.
And I like the aroma of a pipe.
Aroma? Sir Walter Raleigh is the brand of grand aroma.
Yes. Give me a man who smokes a pipe.
So, men, give the ladies a treat. Give yourselves a treat. Light up your pipe with Sir Walter Raleigh.
A Life in Your Hands is produced and directed by Jack Simpson. Script by the McKees, with musical effects by Adele Scott, conducted by Whitey Berquist. Jonathan Kegg is played by Carlton Kadell. This is Mike Wallace inviting you to be with us again next week when Raleigh's Cigarettes, the pack with the coupon on the back, will again place a life in your hands.
Wednesday brings you Dangerous Assignment and Brian Donlevy on NBC.
Welcome back. Well, remember yesterday I commented on the problem with trapping people in their words for the average detective. Well, it's a little bit different with Jonathan Kegg, because he has the advantage of having them under oath, so everything's on the record. And the sound, I think, made for very good detection. So another great episode of A Life in Your Hands. And so far, this is one of my favorite nobody's ever heard of and nobody's ever talked about series that we've been able to play. So I hope you're enjoying it as well. And probably not a whole lot of people heard it relatively, because it was a summer replacement series. And the thing with summer series were that people were away from homes. They were out and about in places where they might not necessarily be able to hear the radio. But definitely a fun concept and pretty well executed. Well, we turn to listener comments and feedback, and we just have this from Nancy, who has our Android app. Thank you for this app. What pleasure to be taken back in time to my childhood. I am 75 years young, and now, thanks to you, a happy child while listening to memories. Blessings. Well, thanks so much, Nancy. Truly appreciated. And I'm glad you're enjoying the show. We'll be back tomorrow with Let George Do It, and join us next Tuesday for another great episode of A Life in Your Hands. Well, today's episode is brought to you by the financial support of our listeners, and I want to especially thank Barry for his support, and we'll be sending along access to our premium site, which we do with all donations of $20 or more. Well, now it's time to get into today's episode of Let George Do It. We had a couple lost episodes, and today's episode is actually from June the 9th of 1952, and the title is The Violent Van Pattons.
Personal notice. Danger's my stock and trade. If the job's too tough for you to handle, you've got a job for me, George Valentine. Write full details.
Standard Oil Company of California invites you to Let George Do It. Before we begin tonight's adventure, here's a reminder about gasoline. If horns shout, "Move over," then you'd better switch now to the gas with all 8 Chevron Supreme. A balanced blend of all 8 high-performance qualities, Chevron Supreme gives you full power, quick starting, fast warm-up, area blending, vapor lock prevention, anti-knock, smooth acceleration, and economy mileage. Stop in soon and fill up with the gas with all 8 Chevron Supreme gasoline at standard stations and independent Chevron gas stations, where they say and mean, we take better care of your car. And now, tonight's story, The Violent Van Pattons, a transcribed adventure of George Valentine.
Dear Mr. Valentine, I suppose many families have their own special kind of curse. The Van Pattons have the curse of violence. A sort of violence that's been born of the roaring crash of the sea and the loneliness of Foghorn Island, and laughter that has no mirth in it at all. I know all this doesn't make much sense, but you must at least try and understand it if you're going to help me. And I need help, Mr. Valentine. Please meet a man named Max at the foot of the 8th Street Bridge. He'll have a boat, and he'll take you and Miss Brooks to see the Violent Van Pattons. Sincerely, Lita Van Patten.
But, Max, there must be something you can tell us about the Van Pattons.
I only work for the captain, mister. I don't talk about him or his folks.
Well, that's a very noble attitude, but we're not really trying to pry into family secrets.
Lita Van Patten. Is she the captain's wife?
Niece.
I see.
Are there any other ladies on this Foghorn Island? Just as a matter of girlish curiosity.
There's Miss Rachel, Captain's adopted sister. One of the guests is a lady.
Quite a ways out from the shore, isn't it, George?
That's right, Brooksy.
Violence born of the roaring crash of the sea and the loneliness of Foghorn Island.
Used to be a lighthouse, I understand, before they built a new one down the coast. They still love some foghorns around. You hear them?
No, just the Van Pattons live on Foghorn Island. The Van Pattons and me.
Oh, you aren't one of the family then, I take it, Max?
Me? I'm just a man of all trades. Take care of the big house. Me, who used to be a second mate. Captain lives by himself in the old lighthouse.
How cozy.
Mister, I wouldn't be a Van Patten for all the money in the world.
Why?
There's quite a squall coming up, Misty. Quite a squall.
Laughter that has no mirth in it at all.
Yeah.
What did you say, my dear?
Oh, nothing. Nothing, Miss Van Patten.
Rachel. Call me Rachel. The Van Patten name was only given me grudgingly as an act of charity. Do you hear?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm sorry I lost my temper. That's a terrible thing to do, isn't it, Mr. Valentine?
Well, it isn't good.
The captain lost his temper once and nearly killed the man I loved. And the young man went away, and here I am, a spinster, who can only play solitaire all day and laugh at jokes I alone can hear.
Oh, I'm sorry, Miss Rachel.
About Lita. Are you sure she knows we're here?
Oh, yes, Max told her. She'll be here. It's a young man who's visiting us. Lloyd and Doris Rankin will be here, too.
The Rankins?
Lloyd is Lita's second cousin. Doris is his wife, a charming girl, but she drinks too much. But you know, Lita has some secret. That's why you're here, I bet. Lita's always loved secrets.
Yes, Aunt Rachel. For once you're right. I do have a secret.
Oh, Lita, you startled me.
Hello, Mr. Valentine. Miss Brooks.
Hello.
This is Lloyd and Doris Rankin.
Hello.
And this is Jim Simmons, my husband.
Yes, that's our secret.
You married, Lita?
To somebody the captain didn't choose for you. Oh, that was brilliant of you, Lita. Brilliant.
You're jealous, Lloyd, is that it?
Shut up.
My beloved husband.
I said shut up.
Lloyd, Doris.
Oh, temper, everybody. Temper, please. Well, congratulations, Miss Van Patten. Or rather, Mrs. Simmons. But if I could speak to you alone, I'd like to know...
Know why you're here?
Well, it would be a help.
Mr. Valentine, I want you to break the happy news to my uncle. Frankly, it's a job which has its dangers and one for which someone deserves to be paid.
Lita, well, this is a twist. Valentine will sort of carry you across the threshold, Jim.
Lloyd, be quiet. Jim, darling, I know I lied to you. I told you Mr. Valentine and Miss Brooks were dear friends of mine, and I just had to have them near me when I announced our marriage. But believe me, Jim, I know what I'm doing. I know my uncle. Stop that, Aunt Rachel.
Oh, go on. It's worth a good laugh. A husband who needs a paid, strong man to speak for him is something to laugh about.
Jim, wait.
No, I'll speak to the ogre myself, and then I'm taking you off this island.
Please go after him, Mr. Valentine. I need your help more than ever now.
Okay, Simmons, okay, I understand. Your pride is hurt. Frankly, I don't blame you for feeling the way you do.
I didn't know Lita has all this money coming from her uncle. If he doesn't like the guy she married, let him cut her off without a cent.
Well, relax, friend, relax. He probably will.
Let me finish packing, will you?
Sure. Say, that's quite a fancy knife.
Japanese war souvenir.
Uh-huh. Well, here. I'll put it in that drawer. And now listen to me, will you, Jim? Put all the things back where they belong.
Oh, sure.
Lita has known her uncle a lot longer than either you and I. And if she feels I should be the one to break the happy tidings to him, well, let's play it her way.
Yeah, but...
Maybe coming from a stranger, the news will be easier to take. Anyway, my shoulders are pretty broad. Let's give it a try.
And so my dear niece got married, eh, Mr. Valentine?
Yeah, that's right, Captain Van Patten.
Yeah, just got married. Here she is. The deed is done. Take it or leave it, dear uncle.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, you've had nothing to say about it, dear uncle, and if you don't like it, you can keep your precious fortune.
Well, that's about the sound.
Good for her. Yeah, good for you, young man, for bringing me such good news.
What?
Yeah, sure. Here, shake. Come on. Shake hands with the big bad tyrant of Foghorn Island.
Sure, of course.
Yeah, Lita's done the first brave thing any of the Van Pattons have done in 20 years. Yeah, and I'm just a big enough bully to appreciate it.
Well, that's a relief.
Yes, I've always taken anything I wanted from life, and now Lita did too, eh? Well, hang around till this evening, young fella. We'll all have a pip of a celebration, eh?
Well, yeah, thank you. Thank you very much.
Can't you persuade him to stay, Miss Brooks?
Mr. Valentine makes the decisions for this outfit, Mr. Simmons.
Just there's no point in hanging around, Lita. The job proved no job at all. I'm very happy for you.
Oh, and I'm happy, too. And so grateful.
So, all's well that ends well. Oh, there's Max.
Yeah, I told him to get the boat.
Miss Van Patten, Mr. Valentine.
Something's wrong.
Yeah, come on. What's the matter, Max?
The boat. Somebody's been mucking around with it.
What do you mean?
Hey, look. Engine's all busted up.
Yeah, you can say that again.
But why? Who'd want to do that?
Those are interesting questions. Bet the answers would be even more interesting.
Okay, we'll use another boat, Max.
No. This was the only one there is.
I see.
No telephone and one boat. That's how Uncle's always kept Foghorn Island, his own private empire.
How will this boat ever be fixed? We're going to have to put a message in a bottle and hope somebody in Australia will pick it up?
Well, it's not quite that bad. But it looks as though you'll have to stay at least until this evening, Mr. Valentine.
And then?
Well, then Uncle will turn on the big light on top of his beloved tower. In the dark, it can be seen on the mainland, and then people will know that something's wrong here. It's sort of a tradition.
How charming. Well, Brooksy, it looks as though we'll have to stay on Foghorn Island, whether we want to or not.
George, I wish it would get dark. It's getting me nervous.
Yeah, I know, Angel. The violent Van Pattons. And the only one who's not violent at all is the big bad ogre himself.
The only reason I can think of for the broken boat is to keep us here, but why?
I don't know. Maybe somebody's desperate for a fourth and bridge.
Mr. Valentine! Mr. Valentine!
What is it, Simmons? What's the matter?
Captain Van Patten!
What happened?
I went up to the lighthouse to thank him for being so swell about Lita and me. He was moaning, and then he died. Right there in front of me. He died.
What do you mean, died? Come on, snap out of it.
There was a knife in his back. My knife.
All right, everybody. All right, please, listen to me and listen carefully. There's nothing we can do until it gets dark and somebody comes out here from the mainland. Somebody we can send back for the police.
It was the young fellow's knife. He must have had an argument with the captain and killed him.
He didn't. Jim wouldn't hurt anybody.
Of course he wouldn't. He's not a Van Patten. Only a Van Patten would hurt people.
Please, Rachel, please.
Sorry, my dear.
You, must admit there's something to Max's logic.
You stay out of it, Lloyd. Thinking is something you don't do very well.
Thank you, my dear wife.
Of course it was my knife, but don't you see? Somebody's trying to frame me.
Or it could be you, James, pulling a fast one, hoping that we would think you were being framed.
Oh, you're wrong. So wrong.
Well, I'm not the police. It doesn't matter whether I'm right or wrong. I was simply saying that everybody should stick pretty close to his own room. Let's say just for safety's sake.
Safety's sake?
Yeah. There's one thing about murder. It tends to become a habit. Go on back into the house, Brooksy. It's pouring.
No, darling, I'll be all right. Lita gave me your coat. I want to go to the lighthouse with you.
Okay.
I guess in a setup like this, almost anybody could have killed a captain.
Uh-huh. I just got through talking to them. Nobody has an alibi, except Rachel and Lloyd Rankin. They were playing double solitaire.
I suppose the police will think that either Lita or her husband would have the best motive for the murder.
Yeah. Lita's the only beneficiary in the captain's will. And, of course, Jim Simmons shares whatever Lita gets.
I wish we could get off this island. Lita's right. It just seems to breed violence and hatred.
What you mean? Here, Angel. Let me get over here and open the door.
Yes, George.
This key will run.
George, look out! Oh, I just missed you by inches.
That lantern. I saw it before on the sill of the captain's room. That's where it came from, Brooksy. The question is, did they think you were Lita, or was it meant for us?
We'll return to tonight's adventure of George Valentine in just a moment. Summertime is vacation time, and no time to have your vacation trip spoiled by battery trouble. And yet American motorists have to call for emergency service because of battery failure over 10 million times a year. Most of these failures need never happen. You can escape this annoying trouble by having your battery serviced regularly by the car savers at independent Chevron gas stations and standard stations. Car savers make it their business to take regular care of your battery. They give it a periodic cell-by-cell check to see that it's kept filled with water. Car savers clean the terminals and coat them with a corrosion resistant. And, of course, they test your battery to be sure it's capable of dependable starting. Car savers have a safety meter that gives a quick, accurate report on your battery's condition. If it needs a charge, they also have a fast charger to bring it back up to full power fast. So stop in soon for a complete Car Saver battery checkup. Make sure you're not one of those who will have to call for emergency service this year. If you'd rather be safe than sorry, see your neighborhood Car Saver soon at any standard station or independent Chevron gas station, for they say and mean we take better care of your car. You come to lonely Foghorn Island as, well, a sort of Cupid. To be more exact, your job is to tell a man with a legendary temper that his only niece had gotten married without his knowledge or consent. You do that, and the violent Captain Van Patten turns out to be surprisingly genial. Then, only a short while later, he's found murdered. Even if your name weren't George Valentine, you'd know that in this case, one murder was only the beginning, because now a heavy lantern just crashes at your feet, missing you by inches.
Come on. Open up, will you? Oh, the key would stick. Come on. That does it. Now, where are the stairs? Uh-oh. I can save myself a climb. Whoever was up there went out that back door. It could have been anybody. Hey, you out there! Stop! Wait! I told you to stop.
What's the matter with you? What are you doing?
I ain't tiddlywinks. Come on, Max. Get up and do some fast talking.
Talking about what, mister?
I'll give you 3 guesses. Come on. Now, what were you doing in that lighthouse just now?
In that lighthouse?
You heard me. Come on.
I was just going in there. Make sure that light was okay for when it got dark. And I heard someone shouting. I didn't know who it was, so I got scared and ran.
You think fast, don't you, Max?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Uh-huh. You didn't see anybody else around the lighthouse as you were about to go in, did you?
No. Not a soul.
Let's see.
Well, anything else you want from me, mister?
No.
Well, then I'd better go in and check on that light.
Yeah, do that. I'll be seeing you, Max.
Valentine. Mr. Valentine.
Yeah? Oh, Mrs. Rankin.
Yes. I was waiting for you. I must see you. It's important.
Sure, of course.
Here, we can go through here into Lita's room. She's not in.
All right. Okay, now, what's on your mind?
No. Let me shut the door first. There. Oh. Now I better find me a chair and sit down.
Yeah, you'd better do that.
Well, I've been drinking more than I should. But you must believe me. Liquor isn't making me say this.
Say what? Yeah?
Lloyd could have killed Captain Van Patten. It's in his nature to kill.
Do you realize what you're saying, Mrs. Rankin?
Yes. I'm saying that my husband is no good. He's cruel and heartless.
But Miss Rachel told me she was playing cards with Mr. Rankin at the time the captain was killed.
I know. I can understand that. But I want to be sure you understand something.
Yeah, what's that?
Lloyd always wanted to marry Lita. That's the only reason he married me is because he thought I had more money. And he wouldn't have to wait for Captain Van Patten to die.
Nice boy.
What a surprise he got. What a beautiful surprise. A wife with no money. A wife who had no love, and so... I need a drink.
I think we'd better go back and join the others.
Yeah. No reason why I should burden you with my trouble. I just wanted to tell you about Lloyd. But really, there's no reason why... Oh, dear Lord.
Rankin. Mrs. Rankin.
Oh, it hurt.
Mrs. Rankin. Oh, no. The dirty murderer. The dirty murderer. Gone. Of course he's gone. Nothing out here but rain and fog.
But why? Why would anyone want to kill Doris? She never harmed anyone.
Lloyd, don't, please. Won't do anybody any good.
That's right, old man. Oh, Rachel, will you stop that?
I'm sorry. I don't know why I laughed. I don't see anything funny. There isn't anything funny. I just can't help myself.
Well, the light is on, and it stopped raining, so somebody on the mainland should see it.
I hope somebody comes out here soon.
And until they do, Miss Brooks, what do we do until they come out?
Don't, darling.
But there's a murderer here. One of us is a murderer. How many more is he going to kill?
Stop that, Lita.
Why? They've every right to want to know. Maybe the murderer didn't want to kill Doris at all. Maybe it was a mistake.
What? What are you talking about? Oh, come on, answer me.
Doris was sitting in my chair, her back to the window. Maybe the murderer thought he was shooting at me.
That's right.
And that lantern. Maybe it was meant for me, too.
Mistake. That would be funny, wouldn't it?
Okay. Cut that out, all of you. Hey, Max. Max, come in here. Yeah? Close the door. Okay, now we're all here. And we're going to stay here. And wait.
Oh, that's a good idea, George.
But you must have some idea who the murderer is, Mr. Valentine. You must.
As a matter of fact, Lita, your husband would be a very prominent candidate for that honor.
Me?
Oh, no.
It was his knife that killed the captain. His motives are the best. And if Doris was killed by mistake, the motives are even better. Yeah, with you out of the way, Lita, he'd have the entire Van Patten fortune.
He must have done it. He must have taken that knife out of the drawer and killed the captain. Just where were you when Doris was shot, Jim? Where were you?
What's the matter with all of you? I told you. I was out looking at the boat. See if I could fix it.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, Lloyd, that's enough. I think it's time for me to have a private talk with Jimmy boy. Come on, friend, on your feet. Come on with me.
Oh, I don't understand any of this, fellas.
Don't try. Just do what I tell you and believe in me.
Sure. It sounds so wrong, so...
Don't argue, will you? Please just start screaming as though you were being beaten to a pulp.
Okay.
Come on.
No! Oh, please don't!
That's it. Come on.
Don't talk! I'm sorry, Lita. I tried to protect you.
Protect me?
I just couldn't. Valentine made me tell the truth.
What's he saying?
What was the truth, George?
Let him tell it.
I saw you take the knife, Lita. I saw you go into the lighthouse when that lantern fell down. Saw you push it down.
You what?
I saw you outside of your room when Doris was shot.
You tell such lies about me to get the money? Oh, Jim.
I'm sorry, Lita. Very sorry. I had to tell him.
Well, that's all, everybody. You can go wherever you want. It's all over. Miss Brooks and I will stay with Mrs. Simmons until the police arrive.
George, give me at least one hint.
No time, Angel. I've set the trap. Now I must get up to Jim's room. Come on, murderer. Come on. You're not afraid of the dark. Come on in. That's it. In you come now. Now! Put some light on you. What? No. Leave that gun where you put it, Lloyd, in the desk drawer. I said leave it. Good boy. After all, that's where you wanted the police to find it, didn't you?
You're crazy. Open the drawer of my wrist.
Am I? You know better.
Oh, let go of me.
Oh, no. I like it nice and cozy like this. Your wrist doesn't hurt anywhere as much as Doris was hurt when you shot her. It hurt, she told me, just before she died.
What are you talking about?
You made a bad slip, Lloyd. You were too anxious to build a case against Jim, and so you said he took the knife out of the drawer and killed the captain.
So what?
How did you know where the knife was? I took it out of Jim's valise and put it into the drawer myself. You knew only because that's where you got it from.
That's no proof.
No, that's why I had to set this trap. Having Lita held for the two murders was the last thing you wanted, wasn't it? Wasn't it, Lloyd?
You're making up this fairy tale. Go on, keep talking.
All right. You never gave up the idea of trying to get Lita and her money. But she got married. And you tried a desperate scheme. Step 1, kill the captain so Lita gets the money.
Nobody will believe you.
Step 2, kill Doris so you'll be free. Step 3, make sure Jim gets caught for the two murders by planting the gun in his room so Lita will be free.
Guessing. You're guessing.
Well, Rachel, come on in.
What are you two doing here?
I got an alibi. Don't you remember, Valentine? I got an alibi.
Oh, yeah. Your alibi.
Go on, Rachel. Tell him again. You and I were playing double solitaire when the captain was killed.
Were we?
You remember? You told it to them before.
I don't remember. Did I? Honey, sometimes I remember things. Other times I don't remember at all.
Rachel, you've got to remember. I told you what to say.
You're paying the price now, Buster. You used a half-crazy woman who hated her brother to lie for you. Now she can't even remember the lie.
But she's got to remember.
I don't know why I laughed. There really isn't anything funny, is there, Mr. Valentine?
No, Rachel. Funny isn't the right word. Ironic is a much better one.
Listen to the results of this performance test using heavy-duty RPM motor oil. A fleet of taxicabs operated by Tanner Motor Tours of Las Vegas, Nevada, used to average only 35,000 miles between overhauls. Today, using heavy-duty RPM, these same cabs travel 100,000 miles before overhauling. Heavy-duty RPM actually more than doubled engine life, time between major overhauls due to lubrication. Remember these facts the next time you buy oil. For top protection and top economy of operation, switch over now to heavy-duty RPM motor oil for your car at any independent Chevron gas station or standard station where they say and mean, we take better care of your car.
We'll be right with you, Max, old boy.
Yes, sir. Boat's ready anytime you and Miss Brooks are.
Mr. Valentine, Jim and I'll never be able to thank you.
Well, then why try?
I didn't know what you were trying to do. And when I had to say all those terrible things about Lita, accuse her of those murders.
You never really believed you meant them, did you, Lita?
Well, I didn't, and I did. Oh, it was horrible.
I still can't get over Boyd's cockeyed plan. Even after I heard him admit everything. Even wrecking the boat so you'd have to stay here, Valentine, and help the police put the blame on me.
Well, it was a desperate plan, all right. There was so much money at stake, he must have felt it was worth taking a long shot.
Claire?
Yes, Lita?
We're going to spend our honeymoon here on Foghorn Island.
Oh, good.
When you need a place for your honeymoon, you will let me know, won't you?
I certainly will. If you'll just take those foghorns away from here. Unless you like foghorns, George.
All right, Max. Don't be so impatient.
After all, a honeymoon is for two.
We're coming, Max.
George!
We're coming.
Tonight's transcribed adventure of George Valentine has been brought to you by Standard Oil Company of California on behalf of independent Chevron gas stations and Standard stations throughout the West. Robert Bailey starred as George with Virginia Gregg as Brooksy. Let George Do It was written by David Victor and Jackson Gillis and directed by Kenneth Webb. Bill Boucher was heard as the captain, Gene Bates as Rachel, Virginia Eiler as Lita, Roland Morris as Jim, and Tony Barrett as Lloyd. The music was composed and presented by George Wright, your announcer, John Heaston. Listen again next week, same time, same station, to Let George Do It. Let George Do It is heard overseas through the worldwide facilities of the Armed Forces Radio Service.
This is the Mutual Broadcasting System.
Welcome back. Well, after all of the intrigue of the past few weeks, it's kind of nice to get back to an old-fashioned murder mystery with a interesting resolution and a few good twists. And, of course, note the return to Jackson Gillis doing the writing, which I think makes a world of difference in terms of the type of stories. The title of the two episodes that were missing, I should mention, were the Churches La Frame Up and Red Smoke. So that's that for that episode. I did receive an email from a listener, or actually it was a comment. These come to me by email. Fred comments regarding episode 833, The Iron Hat. Surprised you didn't make a comment about the motor oil. Atomic research improved it. Well, I talked about that. It's been a few months, maybe a year or so. But the long and short of it is that it was actually a pretty scientifically sound process. What they did is they measured, used the radiation to measure the amount of engine wear. And in some earlier shows, they kind of illustrated this by use of a Geiger counter, compare their motor oil and the amount of engine wear it caused versus that of a leading brand. An interesting, like I said, interesting supposition. Did not make for good radio. You know, you're sitting there and you're going, you know, it's kind of like just getting static. So they haven't done that in a while, but that's kind of the basis of that. So, all right, well, that'll do it for today. We'll see you back here tomorrow for Sherlock Holmes. Today's episode is brought to you by the financial support of our listeners. Thanks so much for your support. Well, now we go back forward now as we continue on to the rest of the series. This is the 33rd episode. This comes from April 25th, 1949. And it's The Adventure of the Golden Pince-Nez. Please enjoy.
From New York City, the makers of Clipper Craft Clothes for Men and more than 1,200 leading retail stores from coast to coast present that immortal character created by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, the world's most famous detective, Sherlock Holmes, starring John Stanley.
This week's story, The Adventure of the Golden Pince-Nez.
Watson, keep your revolver at the ready.
But, Holmes, why?
The killer, my dear fellow, is here in this room with us.
What? Dash it, Holmes, what are you talking about?
Observe, Watson. The panel in this wall is loose. Suppose we open it to find what is revealed beyond. We're at the door of Dr. John Watson's study, and we're about to hear another of his adventures with the fabulous Sherlock Holmes.
Well, good evening, Mr. Harris.
Oh, good evening, Dr. Watson. I hope you have another one of your memoirs available for us tonight.
Indeed I have, Mr. Harris. Indeed I have. And it's a very singular adventure indeed. I might add here that it's one of my favorite memoirs, Mr. Harris, where the genius of my friend Holmes never shone more brilliantly.
And the name of this adventure, Doctor?
I shall always remember it as The Adventure of the Golden Pince-Nez. And after you've taken a moment to remind our audience of the merits of Clippercroft clothes, I shall proceed with the facts of this amazing story.
Thank you, Doctor. Maybe you've heard someone say, well, if I had his money, I could be well-dressed, too. But that's not necessarily so, because the amount of money you spend doesn't make you well-dressed. It's what you buy, where you buy it, and how well it suits you. You can prove it to yourself. It's as easy as this. Just try on a Clippercraft suit and see how well it looks on you. And you don't have to pay a fortune for Clippercraft. A fine new Clippercraft spring all-worsted suit costs you only $45. And at that moderate price of $45, you get the greatest dollar-for-dollar value in America because you benefit from the unique Clippercraft plan by which more than 1,200 independent local merchants pool their tremendous buying power to give you the amazing Clippercraft value, the finest materials, and the very latest in style and color made by master tailors. Yes, sir, a Clippercraft suit at $45 is a great, great investment. So treat yourself to a Clippercraft suit and see what really fine tailoring can do for you. And now, Dr. Watson, what about this adventure of the Golden Pince-Nez?
Well, Mr. Harris, it took place in the year 1894. And this time, Inspector Hopkins, Holmes's young protege at Scotland Yard, was involved. It began in Kent, at a great, gloomy house called Yoxley Old Place. Here lived a rheumatism-ridden scholar and professor named Coram, a strange and mysterious man. One night, the professor, hobbling about the house on his stick, surprised his secretary, Sergius, in his study.
Sergius.
Professor Coram.
What are you doing at that cabinet?
Why,
Trying to rob me, tampering with the lock when I came in, weren't you? I was a fool to trust you, you sneak thief.
Professor Coram, I'm sorry.
Get away from that cabinet before I bash your head in with this stick.
Yes,
Now
sir.
leave this house. You're no longer my secretary. I'm giving you the sack, you hear, and if you ever come back to Yoxley Old Place, I'll kill you.
So he threatened to kill you, Sergius.
Yes, Anna. He gave me the sack and took on a new secretary, a Mr. Willoughby Smith.
Sergius, I must get into that locked cabinet in the study. I must. I will stop at nothing. Do you understand? And you must help me.
No, Anna, not I. I've taken an impression of the cabinet lock, and here's a floor plan of the house. This is as far as I shall go.
I see. So you are afraid.
Yes, Anna. I am afraid. I will have nothing more to do with this affair. This Professor Coram is mad, dangerous. To get in his way means death.
Very well, Smith. That is all the dictation I shall give you this evening. You may go.
Yes, Professor Coram. But before I go, I've something to tell you.
What is it?
I was in Chatham this afternoon. The greengrocer told me a woman, a stranger, was inquiring the way to the house here.
A woman? What woman? Did he describe her?
Why, yes. The greengrocer said she was a foreign-looking woman, sir. Black hair, tall, glasses, a tiny scar on her chin.
Then it's she. She's found me at last. One moment, Smith.
Yes, sir?
How do you know so much about this woman? How were you able to describe her so well?
Well, I told you the greengrocer...
That's a lie. She sent you here.
What?
You want what I have in that cabinet in my study. You're spying on
Professor
me.
Coram, I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm sorry, Smith. I'm afraid I misjudged you. Lost my temper for a moment. Forgive me?
Of course. Good night, sir.
Good night, Smith.
Mr. Smith? Mr. Smith?
Yes, Susan?
Where are you going, sir, so late at night?
Into Professor Corum's study.
Well, Mr. Smith, I wouldn't do that. Indeed, I wouldn't. I've been the professor's housemaid for more than a year, and I can tell you, he doesn't like anyone in his study after dark.
I'm just going in to get a book, and the professor's in bed.
Maybe he is, and maybe he isn't. But mark my words, Mr. Smith. Don't go into the study.
Look here, Susan, suppose you go back to your room and stop giving me advice. I'm perfectly capable of managing my own affairs.
But, Mr.
Good
Smith...
night, Susan. Let's see. Where is that lamp? If I remember... Who's that? Who's there by the cabinet? Professor Corum, is it you? No, don't...
Well, Mr. Holmes, that's the entire story. This Professor Corum's secretary, Willoughby Smith, was found dead in the study. A sealing wax knife in his neck.
Interesting, my dear Inspector Hopkins, very. And as you say, the presence of a knife a considerable distance from the body would indicate murder, not suicide. This sealing wax knife was part of the equipment in the study?
Yes, sir. It always lay on the desk.
I see.
And other than that, Inspector Hopkins, you found nothing?
Nothing to put a finger on, Dr. Watson. That's why I returned from Kent in this beastly weather to consult you both here at Baker Street. Mr. Holmes, I need your help.
Yes, quite people who come to the end of their wits usually do. Now then, Hopkins, a few questions.
Yes, sir.
You examined the grounds?
I did.
What did you find?
A few faint impressions on the garden path. It must have been the killer. It was the only way to enter the house, since the front door was locked and bolted.
These footprints, Hopkins, were they coming or going?
I couldn't say for sure, sir. They were so faint.
Were they large or small?
I couldn't distinguish, Mr. Holmes. As I said, they
were...
Oh,
rubbish.
Holmes, what the deuce?
Oh, Hopkins, I'm disappointed in you. The faintest impressions in the earth, when viewed with open eyes, are enormously revealing. Now, in this pouring rain, they've no doubt been obliterated entirely. Watson.
Yes, Holmes?
Get your waterproof and your hat.
You mean we're going to...
Yes, quite. We're going to Yoxley Old Place in Kent. I believe there's a train for Chatham leaving Charing Cross in an hour.
Holmes, look here, along the garden path. There's a narrow border of grass along it, some 6 inches in width.
There is indeed, Watson. What of it?
Well, the killer could have trod this strip of grass in order to conceal his footprints. Perhaps that is why Hopkins saw nothing.
Oh, nonsense.
Eh?
Whoever entered the garden gate, Watson, and came along this path to enter the house had no intention of committing murder.
Well, how'd you know that?
Oh, it's elementary, my dear fellow. A killer would have come armed with a weapon. But this assassin used a sealing wax knife snatched from the study desk. Hence, the murder was on the spur of the moment.
Yes, Joe Holmes. You're right.
Yes, quite. But now, Watson, let us join Hopkins in the study. My dear Hopkins, surely you're aware that the dead man, Willoughby Smith, has a pair of glasses clutched in his hands?
Certainly, Mr. Holmes. They're his. He must have just taken them off when he was attacked.
Well, that makes sense, Holmes. They're just the type a secretary would wear. Pince-Nez, black thread.
Oh, poppycock.
Eh?
Give me the glasses, Watson. Let me examine them by the light of the window.
Very well. Here you are, Holmes. Holmes, why the deuce are you trying them on? What can you find by...
What is it, Mr. Holmes?
These glasses tell a story indeed.
What story?
They belong to a woman. She's of good circumstance, a person well-dressed and refined. She has a thick nose, eyes set close together, a puckered forehead, peering expression, and probably rounded shoulders.
Good Lord.
How the deuce do you know all that, Mr. Holmes?
Oh, it's obvious, Hopkins, obvious. The glasses are dainty and delicately constructed, hence a woman's. They're handsomely mounted in solid gold. Hence, the owner is a woman of means and probably fastidious in the rest of her apparel. The width of the bridge is wide, hence a broad nose. And yet the eyes are close together, since I have a narrow face and yet cannot focus my eyes through the lenses.
Yes, but Holmes, how do you know this mysterious woman has a peering expression, a puckered forehead, and rounded shoulders,
The lenses, Watson, the lenses, they're extremely strong, and since the woman is myopic or nearsighted, it's reasonable to suppose she possesses these characteristics. But come, let's leave this room.
Where to now, Holmes?
The corridor, Watson. The corridor leading to this room and the professor's bedroom. You may find it extremely revealing.
Well, seems to be an ordinary corridor to me.
Yes, Mr. Holmes, I'm of a mind with Dr. Watson. Nothing seems amiss here.
Indeed? Use your eyes, Hopkins, use your eyes. Observe. This corridor between the garden door and the study is covered with a kind of coconut matting. So, too, is the hall leading to Professor Corum's bedroom. They're exactly similar in nature.
Is that significant, Holmes?
Very. It means that the killer never left this house.
What, Holmes? You mean the killer's here at this moment? Hiding somewhere, perhaps?
Precisely, Watson. And now, suppose we have a few words with this mysterious Professor Corum.
Here's some good common sense about men's suits. When you buy your new spring suit, don't deal in unknowns. Be sure to buy that new suit from a merchant you know and respect. And also be sure that it carries a label that merits your complete confidence. And that's exactly the sensible practice of thousands and thousands of well-dressed American men. They buy Clippercraft worsted suits at $45 from friendly, respected, independent merchants who give you real value not once in a while, but always. The exceptional quality of Clippercraft clothes is guaranteed by the Clippercraft label in every suit and topcoat. The trademark derived from the staunch Clipper ships that established honest New England quality everywhere in the world. You can always rely on Clippercraft clothes and the store that proudly sells them. That's why men who know insist on Clippercraft clothes bearing the Clippercraft label. So be sure to visit the Clippercraft store in your city.
These leading stores in the metropolitan area are proud to add their names to Clippercraft in your suits and topcoats. In Manhattan, Saks 34th, Broadway at 34th, John Wanamaker's men's stores, Broadway at 8th and 67 Liberty Street. In Brooklyn, Aberman Strauss. In Newark, New Jersey, Boulevard Men's Shop, Kresge, Newark. And in Jamaica, the B&B Clothes Shop, 16408 Jamaica Avenue.
Now, Dr. Watson, you were relating to us the adventure of the golden Pince-Nez.
Yes, Mr. Harris, so I was. Holmes asked Inspector Hopkins to go to the kitchen and wait there with Susan, the housemaid, whom he proposed to interview later. Then Holmes and I entered Professor Corum's bedroom. Professor was lying in bed in a stifling fog of cigarette smoke. We introduced ourselves, and Corum greeted us cordially. Then he held out a cigarette box to us.
Cigarette, Dr. Watson?
No, thank you, Professor. Never touched...
Mr. Holmes.
Yes, by all means. I'm an avid cigarette smoker, my dear Professor.
Holmes, what the devil...
Watson, a light, if you please.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
These seem to be an unusual brand.
Oh, yes. They are a rare blend, sir. Do you like them, Mr. Holmes?
I do indeed. They're very mild, Professor. Now, about the murder of your secretary, Willoughby Smith.
Oh, yes, Smith, a great catastrophe. A fine young man, able and intelligent. The loss is paralyzing to my household. I shall miss him indeed.
And you have no idea who killed him or why?
No, Dr. Watson, I have not. Unfortunately, I knew very little of the young man.
He had no enemies that you were aware of?
Mr. Holmes, I do not pry into the personal affairs of my employers.
Holmes.
Yes, Watson?
Do you mind if I wait for you in the corridor? This room's so heavy with smoke.
Oh, not at all, my dear fellow. I have but one or two more questions to ask Professor Corum here, and I shall be out presently.
There you are, Holmes.
Yes, Watson.
What the deuce has happened to you, Holmes? Why did you tell Professor Corum you were a heavy cigarette smoker? I happen to know you never smoked one of those things in your life. Yet you were in there, puffing away for all you were worth.
I was indeed, my dear fellow. I had not one cigarette, but two. I found them both very helpful.
In what way?
I have high hopes that my new tobacco habit will help me catch a killer.
What? Holmes, perhaps I'm obtuse, but dash it, what the deuce has smoking cigarettes got to do with finding a killer?
All in good time, my dear fellow, all in good time. Suppose we have a talk now with the housemaid, Susan. Now then, Susan, what happened after you heard the scream?
Why, sir, I ran to the study, and there he was, poor Mr. Smith, lying on the floor. When I got to him, he opened his eyes for a moment before he died, poor lad. And he said something very peculiar.
Indeed? What did he say?
Well, it sounded funny like, sir. He said, "The professor, it was she."
The professor? It was she?
Susan, why didn't you tell me this when I first questioned you?
Because I was afraid you'd think me balmy, Inspector Hopkins.
The professor, it was she. I must say it makes no sense, the professor being a man and all.
On the contrary, my dear Hopkins, it's both a logical phrase and a legitimate observation. It is now clear...
Oh.
What's that bell, Susan?
Why, that's Professor Coram, sir, asking for his dinner. I'd better take it to him at once.
I see. By the cutlets you're bringing him on that tray, my dear Susan, I'd say the professor is a man of healthy appetite.
You're right there, Holmes. There's enough there for a longshoreman.
Susan, one more question. Is the professor a man of variable appetite?
Why, yes, sir. So it seems lately, sir. I must say his appetite has increased sharply.
Very good, Susan. You may take your tray in now.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Well, Mr. Holmes, what do you make of it?
It's 1 o'clock now, Inspector Hopkins. We have only to wait an hour until 2.
Yes, Holmes? What will happen at 2?
Then, Watson, we shall talk to the professor again, and I shall produce the killer. Professor Coram, I hope that you don't resent this second intrusion, but there are 1 or 2 more questions I must ask.
Of course. Cigarette, Mr. Holmes.
No, thank you, not this time.
Now then, sir, what is it you wish to know? How can I help you solve this deplorable crime?
Oh, I've already solved it, sir. Indeed, I've already found the killer.
A remarkable statement, Mr. Holmes. A most remarkable statement. Just where is this killer?
Right here in this room.
Holmes, you mean the professor here?
I mean, Watson, that last night the professor here received a strange and unexpected visitor.
Oh, no, you don't, Mr. Holmes.
Holmes, he has a gun under his pillow there.
You'll never know the truth. Do you hear?
Give me that gun, Professor. Give it to me!
Holmes, thank heaven you managed to wrest the gun away and the shots went wild into the wall.
On the contrary, Watson, they almost reached their mark. You see, my dear fellow, the killer is in a recess behind that empty bookcase on the opposite wall.
What? That's a lie, do you hear? A lie.
Is it? Then suppose we see for ourselves. Note, Watson, this bookcase swings outward from the wall.
Good Lord.
So, you have found me.
Holmes, it's a woman. Just as you described her.
Exactly. The woman who killed Willoughby Smith.
I didn't mean to do it. I wanted the papers in the cabinet. I came to get them, and he walked into the room. It was dark, and he heard me, and then I seized the knife and...
Allow me to complete your story, madam. You struck Smith in the neck, dropped the knife, and ran. In the struggle, your victim snatched off your glasses, these golden pince-nez here.
Oh, you don't know what it is like to be half blind, have searched and searched.
In your myopic condition, and because the corridors appeared similar, you made a mistake. You ran into the professor's room here, instead of through the garden door.
Yes, I came for the papers. I had to have them. I had to.
What papers?
Anna, you fool, be quiet.
No, I shall not be quiet. It is you who are responsible, Anatole. Mr. Holmes, you must know the truth, the whole truth. This man is my husband.
Your husband?
Proceed, madam.
He is a Russian, not an Englishman. We were married in Kiev many years ago, and we were nihilists.
Revolutionists?
Yes, then trouble came, the Tsarist police. My husband here betrayed me to save his own skin. I was sent to Siberia, and he...
Silence, Anna!
No, I will go on. I met a man in Siberia. I fell in love with him. He's still there. I needed papers to procure his release. But my husband had them in the cabinet in his study. And he would not give them to me out of malice and hatred.
Then why did he hide you when you came into the room here?
Because if I were found at large and arrested, he knew I would expose him. And I have friends who would cut his throat if they knew. That is why he hid me behind that bookcase, and for no other reason. But now what difference does it make? I have killed a man. I have killed a man, and I have...
She has a vial in her hand. Stop her.
Give it to me,
madam. No,
give it to me. There. That's it.
Why didn't you let me die? Why didn't you let me die? Why didn't you let me take the poison?
Madam, it is more to your advantage, believe me, to stand before an English court and be judged. Here in our country, unlike yours, we do not subscribe to tyranny or verdict by decree. We have certain rights, and one of them is trial by jury. And in view of the nature of your deed and the motive behind it, there are certain extenuating circumstances. I'm afraid I cannot say the same for Professor Coram here.
I have done nothing, and I am not subject to arrest.
On the contrary, my dear Professor, you've shielded a murderer, and a moment ago attempted murder yourself. Watson.
Yes, Holmes?
Suppose you admit Inspector Hopkins. He's waiting outside. Well, Watson, we shall be in London presently.
Holmes, how did you know this woman Anna hadn't escaped by the garden path?
Well, in order to do that, Watson, she would have had to run along the narrow border of grass to avoid leaving definite footprints. An impossible task, certainly, for a nearsighted person in the dead of night. Remember, Anna had lost her glasses.
Therefore, since Hopkins had reported no definite tracks, she had never left the house at all.
Exactly. And Professor Coram's voracious appetite indicated that two people were eating those cutlets and not one. Therefore, I suspected that she was hidden somewhere in his room. Then I noted that there was one section of bookcase built on hinges to swing loose.
But Holmes, what did the cigarettes you smoked have to do with it? You said they helped to find the woman.
They did indeed, Watson. I sprinkled the ashes on the carpet in front of the suspected bookcase. When we returned later, I noted that the pattern of the ashes on the carpet had been disturbed. That meant that our quarry had come out from her hiding place. You see, Watson, I may be a bachelor, but I know that any vain woman who has lost her glasses will go to almost any lengths to find them.
Well, Dr. Watson, that was a very interesting adventure indeed.
Yes, Mr. Harris. As I said, it is my opinion that Holmes rose to sheer heights of brilliance on this occasion. And of course he gave the credit to young Hopkins of Scotland Yard. Holmes was the soul of generosity in these matters, you know.
Yes, Dr. Watson, I do know. And now, Doctor, what about next week's adventure?
Well, next week, Mr. Harris, I shall relate to you the adventure of the blood-soaked wagon. It concerns a grotesque bonfire, a breathtaking chase across the countryside, and one of the strangest crises ever faced by the Royal Mint.
The makers of Clipper Craft clothes and more than 1,200 stores from coast to coast have brought you another in the new series of broadcasts featuring the world's most famous detective, Sherlock Holmes. Our stories are based upon the character Sherlock Holmes created by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, and the program is produced and directed by Basil Lochran. Sherlock Holmes is played by John Stanley, Dr. Watson by George Spelvin. This week's story was written by Max Ehrlich with special music by Albert Berman. If you don't know your Clipper Craft dealer, write Clipper Craft, 200 Fifth Avenue, New York City. Be sure to listen next week to Sherlock Holmes in The Adventure of the Blood-Soaked Wagon. This is Cy Harris speaking for Clipper Craft Clothes. This is the Mutual Broadcasting System.
Hear Bill Henry on the news, which follows in a moment.
The most comfortable shoe sole in the world.
The Neolite sole.
Light.
It's light as leather.
Smart.
It's smart as leather.
And wear.
It outwears leather 2 to 1.
For men, women, children.
Get the Neolite sole.
Step on it.
This is WOR New York, serving the largest single-station audience in America.
Welcome back. Well, there were some interesting alterations to the story, to say the least. I just finished reading this, going through the Return of Sherlock Holmes, also saw it on the TV version, and I was struck by how this was just, pretty radically changed to get a different ending. Not only ending a little bit different, from the book. But also revealing the woman in the story early on really did kind of tip the story's hand and make the mystery easier to guess at. I don't know why they did that. I think the big surprise, when I, saw this particular story on television for the first time was finding out that this woman was, still in there. And, first of all, there was a woman when Holmes made that call. And then you find, you find she's still in the room. It's a pretty astounding conclusion. But I think a lot of this ended up telegraphed here. In some ways, I think they tried to improve upon it in terms of a more favorable and perhaps a little bit of modern political message with the character turning out to be Russian. So this was not one of my favorite adaptations, but I welcome your opinions as well. Well, we do turn, before we go, to listener comments and feedback, and Bobby says, my wife and I fall asleep every night listening to Johnny Dollar's adventures. Thank you for providing us with great entertainment. Well, I'm glad you're enjoying it, Bobby. And speaking of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, you'll be back with us tomorrow, and then join us next time on Thursday for another episode of Sherlock Holmes. Today's episode is brought to you by the financial support of our listeners. Thanks so much for all your support. Here now is today's episode of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, The Bilked Baroness Matter.
For your listening enjoyment, John Lund as Johnny Dollar.
Ben Turner, Johnny. How did your blood pressure react to hobnobbing with nobility?
Well, so far, I don't feel a thing.
How are you going to? Nothing like the beautiful Baroness Olga Jarvas to provide impact.
How much of a jolt has she given you?
Around $100,000. Jewels and furs. Stolen from a New York penthouse last night. But get this. 2 marriages ago, the Baroness was a Mrs. Thomas Bentley. Last week, Bentley filed a petition in bankruptcy. His commercial photography outfit's about $100,000 in the red.
Well, one coincidence doesn't make a fraudulent claim.
If you read the gossip columns at night,
Why is that?
then you'd know what beautiful Baroness has been seen billing and cooing with what broke ex-husband.
Well, it's kind of late to scoop George Fisher now, but I'll try. Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to Home Office, Eastern Indemnity and Insurance Company, Hartford, Connecticut. The following is an accounting of expenditures during my investigation of the Bilked Baroness matter. Expense account item 1, $6.35. Gas and oil, sandwich and coffee between Hartford and New York. The penthouse of the Baroness Olga Jarvas lay atop a 35-story granite and glass apartment hotel on the east side. I ran the gauntlet of suspicious doorman, supercilious desk clerk, and snobbish elevator boy, only to find myself in what was destined to be a short-lived interview with the Baroness.
I am so terribly sorry, Mr. Dollar, but you have come at a most inopportune time. That careless maid of mine, it is her day off. I am rushing to attend a cocktail party, and I simply cannot find a thing. Not one thing. It is a most inopportune moment.
Well, I wouldn't want to keep you from a cocktail party, Baroness, but there is some information I'd like to have.
But I have told everything I know to the police. So why not run along like a dear man and get your information from them, eh? Oh, my gloves. Oh, that stupid maid. Where did she put my gloves?
Well, while you're looking, maybe you can tell me when you first noticed the loss?
It was when I returned home last night, of course. Just 2, 3 in the morning. I pay no attention to time. The police will know. I called them immediately.
Mm-hmm. Anybody with you when you came back home?
My dear man, is all this questioning absolutely necessary? After all, I did not steal my own furs and jewels. Now, why do you not go after the criminals who are responsible?
Well, some cooperation from you might help me do that.
Very well. I will tell you all I know. Early last evening, I had a few friends up for drinks. We left for the theater at approximately 8 o'clock. Afterwards, there was the supper club. Dinner, dancing. I came home. My things were gone.
Anyone come up with you?
If you must know, yes. Tom escorted me home.
That's Thomas Bentley, your former husband?
Yes, of course. Now, you simply must excuse me, Mr. Dollar. I'm terribly late. My friends will never forgive me.
You sound more worried about your friends than you do about the robbery.
But of course, the loss of dear friends is irreplaceable. But so far as those trinkets and furs are concerned...
Yeah, I know. You're insured. Expense account item 2, $15. 5 apiece to the employees I'd met on the way up. But outside of learning that Olga's penthouse was a gathering place for practically every screwball in New York, I came up with nothing. Things turned out a little better over at Center Street, where I met Lieutenant Lewison of Robbery, who was in charge of the investigation.
Looks like an inside job to me, Dollar.
Well, what's the dope on it, Lieutenant?
Only 2 doors to the penthouse, front and service. Neither one was forced. Service door bolted and double locked from the inside.
So someone got in the front way with a key, huh?
Seems reasonable. Outside of the furs and jewels, nothing else in the apartment was touched. Whoever did it knew exactly where to go. No ransacking. The job was well planned and well carried out.
You got a list of those who have keys?
You can't possibly narrow them down. The Baroness hands them out to her friends like tossing confetti at a New Year's party. We checked the obvious ones, maid, hotel employees. Haven't come up with a thing.
There were 2 full-length coats, 2 jackets, and a stole among the missing furs.
That's right.
Well, now, the jewelry might not be too hard to handle, but how did anybody get out with a load of fur like that and not be noticed?
I don't think it's possible. Another thing that makes it look like an inside job. The Baroness telling you she had some friends up last night?
Yeah, she mentioned it.
Didn't happen to mention Vasily Udescu, did she?
No. Should she have?
He was one of them. The doorman tells us that while the rest of the party came down around 8, Udescu didn't leave till 11:30.
Might be interesting to know why, huh?
Yeah, particularly in view of the fact he's got a record. Suspected confidence game on a Fifth Avenue jewelry store, suspicion of shoplifting furs, no conviction. Could be we'll close this as soon as we pick him up.
Maybe.
Why the doubt? You know something we don't?
Yeah. I haven't had an easy case in 3 years. And I don't think you've had too many either. My next stop was East 56th Street in the commercial art studios of Thomas Bentley. Inside the converted brownstone, a lovely blonde in fur parka and ski pants was posing on a big heap of artificial snow under the glare of sweltering light.
All right, move the number 3 spot about a half foot to the left there, Joe, will you? A little more. Whoa, yeah, that's it. All right. Now, smile, darling. Make like you were enjoying it. No. I said smile. Try thinking of a nice, cold, extra dry martini at Antoine. That's it. Hold it. Good. Set up for the next shot, boys. Okay, Mr. Professor.
Are you Tom Bentley?
Yeah. What can I do for you?
My name is Johnny Dollar, insurance investigator.
Oh, you want to talk about that stuff of Olga?
That's right.
Well, make it some other time, Dollar. I'm pretty busy right now.
Yeah, I was wondering.
About what?
How you could be in full operation when you're supposed to be dead broke.
Trying to figure some tie-in between the $100,000 of insurance and my bankruptcy petition?
Might not be too big a jump.
The beautiful Baroness always moves onward and upward, Dollar.
You better break that down for me.
I was only sucker number 2 on a list of 4 husbands. How could I top number 4?
The Baron Jarvas?
Legitimate title, bulging with boodle. And he kicked off after 1 year under the strain of keeping up with Olga. Believe me, she hasn't the slightest inclination of getting involved in fraud to help out sucker number 2.
Then how come you're making a play for her again?
My motives are purely mercenary. All I want from her is a loan of about $20,000. That would hold off the creditors until I get back on my feet.
How are you making out?
So far, no dice.
Well, your place is open.
A deal with the creditors. I draw a measly $100 a week until they get paid off, if they ever do. So, that's my story, Dollar. I know from nothing, believe me.
Oh, I'm sorry to bother you, Tom, but Joe says they're ready on the next sitter.
Oh, okay, Harley. I'll be right there.
I wanted you to take a look at this leopard skin costume for the jungle shot.
Oh, what about it?
Well, take a look at the way the thing fits. It's ridiculous. Doesn't give me a chance to really expand my chest. I was thinking if I wore some kind of loincloth instead, it would give you the opportunity to shoot all my muscles in place.
I'll think about it, Harley. Well, I brought one along with me just in case, Tom. I'll put it on for you. No sense in hiring a 44 chest if you're not going to show it off. And with loincloth, you can show the muscular play of my entire body.
Okay, Harley. I'll be in there in a minute.
Sure, Tom. And I'll change costumes meanwhile.
Model. Good Lord, how do they make them that way? Body of a Hercules and the mind of a second-class ape. Well, I guess we all have our troubles, Mr. Bentley. Thanks for your time.
Yeah, sure. It's okay, Dollar. Oh, Dollar.
Yeah?
Where are you staying in town?
At the plaza. Why? Well, I understand insurance companies offer rewards for recovery of stolen property. Something like 20%, isn't it? Sometimes, yeah. And no questions asked? Got something in mind, Mr. Bentley? Just wondering. It was getting late in the day and time for the inner man to be cared for. So I headed for the Plaza Bar. En route, I stopped to telephone Lieutenant Lewison.
You know, Dollar, this case might not be so tough at that.
What have you come up with, Lieutenant?
Vasily Udescu picked him up 20 minutes ago.
Don't tell me he confessed.
No, not that, baby.
I didn't think it could be that easy.
No, it's not. We'll just have to be satisfied with the stolen jewelry we found in his apartment.
It is an impossibility, a most indignant outrage. Me, Vasily Udescu, being accused like a criminal element. I will sue you before the court for every penny you have.
You said that before, Udescu.
And I will say it again and again until you have released me.
What have you got on him, Lieutenant?
Exhibits A and B, Dollar. One emerald ring, one diamond bracelet. Look familiar?
They were covered under August policy, all right.
I do not care what is covered by weight. I do not know those things. I do not know how they got into my apartment. And I want to call my attorney.
Well, at least I can be the last part of that.
You were at the Baroness's last night, weren't you?
And why should I not be? We are the most dear of friends.
Well, the rest of the party left for the theater at 8 o'clock. You didn't leave until somewhere around 11:30.
11:30. And this is a criminal act, I presume?
No, but it might require a little explanation.
So I had seen the play they were going to do. Why should I be bored all over again? I remained there, comfortable, having some drinks until it was time to join them at the leg lawn.
How'd you get the furs out of the building?
I took no furs nowhere out of no building.
How about the rest of the jury?
I know nothing about you. And I will say no more until I have talked to my attorney.
So. Okay, Udescu. This way. In here. Sergeant Ryan will let you make the call. After he gets through, Ryan, book him on suspicion of
Believe
robbery.
me, you will regret this, Lieutenant. I will commence proceedings to sue you at once.
Yeah, okay, Udescu. What do you think, Dollar?
Well, you've got enough to book him on.
Meaning it's not enough for you?
No, not quite.
How do you figure?
Well, that bracelet appraises around 10,000, the ring around 3. I've still got 87,000 to go. Expense account item 3, $1.50. Double scotch at the Plaza Bar. I could have saved the double. Halfway through, I was called to the phone.
Tom Bentley, Dollar. Come over here to the studio right away.
Why?
I've got something for you on August robbery.
Oh, what's that?
I just happen to know where the loot is.
I'll be right there, Bentley.
And now, with our star, John Lund, we bring you the second act of Yours Truly, Johnny Dollar.
I put in a call to Lewison, and after violating some minor traffic regulations and the composure of a few New York drivers, I pulled up in front of Tom Bentley's studios. The headquarters car was parked out in front, and Lewison was waiting for me just inside.
Oh, it didn't take you very long, Dollar.
No, I caught all the lights.
Mm-hmm.
Where's Bentley?
Back here. funny thing about people.
Well, what's that?
If they'd stop trying to chisel the law, they'd save themselves a lot of trouble. See what I mean?
Yeah.
Size of the hole in him looks like it came from that .375 Magnum Winchester on the floor over there.
A rifle of that caliber is more suited for hunting elephants than a job like this.
Then they probably used it as a prop. Looks like they were taking some jungle shots in the studio.
Adds a few complications, doesn't it? After homicide arrived, Lewison and I went back to headquarters. Baroness Olga Jarvash was there with a cute blonde by the name of Herta Werner. I recognized Herta as the model Tom Bentley had been using in the snow scene. The Baroness had as little trouble recognizing the ring and bracelet.
But of course they are mine, Lieutenant. Most definitely mine. I cannot understand how Vasily could do such a thing. Such a wonderful dancer, such marvelous parties. Oh, that he should do something like this is positively heartbreaking.
I have a formal complaint sheet here, Baroness. I'd like you to sign it.
But of course I will. Imagine Vasily doing such a thing to me. Turning out to be a common thief this way. Of course I will sign it.
Maybe you're being a little hasty about this, Olga.
Oh?
What makes you say that, Miss Werner?
I was just thinking. Lieutenant, you found the bracelet and ring in Vasily's apartment?
That's right.
I don't suppose they were in that teakwood cabinet in the den, were they?
What makes you think that?
Olga, remember that party at Vasily's a week or 10 days ago? The crazy one where he got the idea for that taffy pull?
How could I forget? It was the best party we've had all season. A simply wonderful one.
What are you driving at, Miss Werner?
It's simple enough, Lieutenant. If you've ever been to a taffy pull.
Yeah, rings sort of get in the way, don't they?
Bracelets can, too, if you're really in the mood for it.
Oh, but of course. How forgetful can I be? Of course, the ring and bracelet were in the way.
So you took them off and put them in that teakwood cabinet?
Yes, that is exactly what I did. I had completely forgotten about them. How sweet of you to remember, Hunter.
You reported them missing on that itemized robbery list you gave us.
Oh, naturally I did, Lieutenant. There was a robbery. They were missing. Of course I included them. Oh, poor dear Vasily. What an injustice I nearly did to him. To think I was about to sign a complaint that he was nothing but a common thief. Oh, but now everything will be all right for him, I guess.
Yeah. Miss Werner's got a remarkable memory for the whereabouts of other people's jewels. The Baroness signed a statement covering the facts about the ring and the bracelet. It was witnessed with a flourish by Herta Werner and more sedately by myself. Then the two of them left.
Well, there it is, Dollar. If those two weren't lying, Vasily Udescu is in the clear.
Well, even if they were, he couldn't have killed Tom Bentley.
Yeah. I wonder if homicide come up with anything.
Anything new about the employees at Olga's building?
Their alibis are checking out one by one. Doesn't look like we've... Lewis and Robbery. Anything turn up on that Bentley killing on 56th Street? Uh-huh. Yeah, well, keep us posted. No, not much help there. Seems pretty certain the .375 Winchester did the trick. Ballistics will verify in about an hour. No prints on it. So far, no witnesses. Looks like we're right back where we started from.
Expense account item 4, $1.45, cab fare. Driving my own car, I knew I'd never have found that little back street on the far side of Greenwich Village.
Oh, there, Mr. Dollar. Come in. I've been expecting you.
Yeah, I gathered that.
You look like the type who'd be sharp enough to get what I meant. Back at police headquarters.
Well, the way you underlined your address on that statement and then batted your eyes at me wasn't exactly subtle.
It wasn't meant to be.
Well, now that that's settled, what do you want to tell me about the robbery? And, how much do you want?
Not very subtle yourself, are you?
You weren't thinking about my personality when you issued that invitation.
No, I was thinking about $1,000.
You've got expensive ideas.
$100,000 loss is even more expensive.
Mm-hmm. Do you know where the stuff is?
If I could tell you that, I'd ask for 20%.
Well, what can you tell me?
Come here into the den, Mr. Dollar.
Yeah, sure.
I can't show you any etchings. But there's some pretty fine photos hanging on the walls. What do you think of them?
Yeah, very nice. But I like my cheesecake on the feminine side. Hey, didn't I see that massive muscle down at Bentley's earlier today?
You did. His name's Harley Townsend.
Your boyfriend?
My husband.
Oh, congratulations.
Don't bother. He won't be for long. All that big hand has on his mind are his muscles and other people's money.
What's he got to do with 1,000 you had on your mind?
Plenty. He has a key to August penthouse. He was with a dinner party last night, only he left like around about 12:30 and came back at 1:30 with Tom Bentley. Starting to add up to 1,000, Mr. Dollar?
Not yet.
Then try this. Tom Bentley called him around 7 tonight. Harley blew up. Said he wouldn't settle for 10,000 when he could get 50. And Bentley better wait for him and get over there. And he tore out of here fast. And he took some of these cartridges with him.
Pretty big caliber.
So are the rifles of Harley's they were using at the studio.
Where's Harley now?
I haven't the slightest idea.
You're not telling everything you know.
Maybe not, but you can't prove it. And I'm not interested in being booked as an accessory. Hmm?
Sounds reasonable. Expense account item 5, $1.75. Cab fare back to Center Street.
So, Herta Werner came up with something, huh, Dolan?
Well, if $1,000 is the going price on selling out husbands, she is.
Might tie in at that if Harley and Tom Bentley worked it together. Bentley wants to take a safe $20,000 for turning the stuff back, and Harley objects with a .375 Winchester.
I can't think of another answer.
We'll check it out when we pick Harley up. Not much we can do until then.
We could try to figure how those furs got out of the building without being seen.
I got a couple of possible answers. They could have been worn out on some woman's back or smuggled out by an employee.
Mm-hmm. Say, a lot of those buildings have their service pickups at night, don't they?
Yeah. Saves traffic jams. Why?
Well, somebody posing as a cleaner or storage man could have carried them out without anyone paying too much attention.
I thought of that too, Dollar. Trouble is, the side seat the service entrance opens on was torn up for repairs. No service calls or deliveries were made yesterday or last night.
When is that repair job supposed to be over?
Sometime late this afternoon or tonight. Why?
Well, then maybe our boy could still use the serviceman gag.
Not unless the stuff is still in the building.
You know, that's a thought, Lieutenant. The side street by the Baroness's apartment building might have been under repair yesterday, but there was nothing wrong with it by the time we got there. We went into the service entrance and checked with the night superintendent who was on the door.
Yeah, that's right, Lieutenant. Street was fixed about 5 in the afternoon. I'm getting regular service calls since then.
Do you keep a checklist of those calls?
Yeah, sure thing. Right over here. Check 'em in and out. I don't see much sense to it, but we do. Yep, here it is.
Anything unusual about any of the tradesmen?
Don't know what you call unusual, Lieutenant. A poster came in. 3, 4 florist boys. Always get a lot of them. And cleaners. Liquor delivered to a couple apartments. Usual run.
Anybody take any packages out?
Well, I wouldn't know about that particularly. I don't pay much attention. Coming in and out all the time. Guess maybe the laundryman's going to take something out, though. He usually does.
What laundryman is that?
New fella. I don't think I ever saw him before. Real big he is. Kind of busting out of uniform. Nice enough fellow, though.
Could be Harley.
Yeah, sounds like it. What laundry was he from?
I don't think I noticed. Just saw he was a new one. If you want to know, why don't you ask him?
You know where we can find him?
Sure. He only checked in maybe 10 minutes ago. Probably down in the basement laundry room right now.
The laundry room, lined with wooden storage compartments and cluttered up with washing machines, dryers, and tubs, looked like a mad welter of confusion under the dim night lights.
See him, Dollar?
No, not yet.
He's got to be down here somewhere. There's no other way out. One of the storage compartments.
Yeah, down at the end. Hey, there he is. It's Harley. Pushing that laundry cart.
Yeah.
Okay, Harley, stop right there. Police officers.
Watch it, Lieutenant.
Don't drive, Harley. Stop that gun.
You should have listened, Lieutenant.
Yeah. There they are, Dollar. The furs under this laundry. Jewelry, too. Must have kept them in an empty storage room overnight.
Uh-huh. You know, one of us had better sharpen up on the target range. There's a bullet hole through the sleeve of this mink.
That'll cost your outfit something, Dollar.
Well, under the circumstances, I don't think they'll mind. Expense account item 6, $19.30. Hotel bill and miscellaneous. Expense account item 7, $5.10. Gas and oil back to Hartford. Expense account total, $50.45. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Welcome back. Well, a lot of dialects in this particular episode, and I thought a pretty good mystery. I liked the twist and that perfectly reasonable explanation for why that guy had those jewels. All right, well, now we turn to listener comments and feedback. And Bobby Walker writes in on Facebook, just got done listening to the Frustrated Phoenix Matter. Great show as always. Plane tickets sure were cheaper back then. Thanks so much for the comment. Bobby, the plane tickets weren't cheaper, just things cost less in general. There have been a lot of research on old-time radio, in particular the show, and some folks have gone over the expense account, and what they found is based on the numbers in the episodes. It's the cost for airline travel has actually gone up slower than the overall rate of inflation, perhaps partially due to some of the deregulation and stuff that occurred in the airline industry. But they were actually somewhat meticulous when the show was at its best. They would actually check these numbers, make sure that was really what a flight would cost. And this does sound about right for that time period. Bobby posted a separate comment saying, my wife and I fall asleep every night listening to Johnny Dollar. Thank you for providing us with great entertainment. Well, thanks so much, Bobby. I'm glad everyone's enjoying the show, and that'll actually do it for today. We'll be back tomorrow with the lineup. Well, before we do get started with today's show, I want to encourage you to pick up your copy of All I Needed to Know, I Learned from Columbo. In it, we take a look at life lessons from 7 great detectives. We begin, of course, with a little look at their history, and then take a look at lessons that can be drawn from it. The book features Columbo, Monk, Sherlock Holmes, Nero Wolfe, and many others. And it is available for the iPad, for the Nook, and for the Kindle. And we're actually working on an audiobook version. All right, well, I received an email from Michael Galea, and I have searched everywhere for it. And he made the point that the lineup became a television show. It was also known as San Francisco Beat. Now, San Francisco Beat was the syndication title, kind of like Bad 714 for Dragnet. It was a pretty successful show. It received an MA nomination in 1956 and ran for 6 seasons from 1954 to 60. It started on television the year after it went off of radio. And the star of that effort, Walter Anderson, played Detective Lieutenant Ben Guthrie, and Tom Tolley, or Warner Anderson, and Tom Tolley played Inspector Matt Greb. They located the story in San Francisco, something this show doesn't do. It does not give a specific city. It just says it's in a great American city. Now, whether that was so they wouldn't have to conform to any specific city's procedure why they did it that way. In this episode, I don't know, but there were certain programs in the golden age of radio where they happened in cities, but they never named them. Let George Do It, of course, was another one. All right, well, the first two episodes we listened to were from the Summer Replacement series. The lineup was picked up as a regular series in September. And the first episode of that new regular series that was broadcast on Saturday was Cherchez La Femme, and then Woman Murdered by Convict. This is the third episode of the new regular series, and it's entitled Gas Station Robbery and Murder, from September 16th, 1950. So sit back and enjoy.
By transcription, we take you now behind the scenes of a police headquarters in a great American city, where under the cold, glaring lights will pass before us the innocent, the vagrant, the thief, the murderer. This is The Lineup.
Quiet. Mighty tired.
Oh, little. I can't seem to get enough sleep lately.
I go through spells like that. I lie in bed, can't get to sleep, kick and toss, and smoke a dozen cigarettes.
How many in the line?
23. Your witness is down the first row, right over there.
Oh, yeah. Well, thanks. See you later.
Yeah.
Bradford?
Oh, hello, Lieutenant.
Been waiting long?
Oh, I just got here a few minutes ago.
Well, we've got the man. We just need an identification.
Yes, that's what the officer said. That officer over there.
Oh, Sergeant Quine.
Yes.
May I have your attention, please? You people on the other side of the wire in the audience room, may I have your attention, please? Thank you. My name is Carter, Sergeant Pete Carter. I'll explain the lineup to you. Each of the suspects you see will be numbered. I call off the number, their name, and charge. If you have any questions or identifications, please remember the number assigned to the prisoner as I call his name. If you're sure or not too sure of the suspect, have him held. Questions I ask these suspects are merely to get a natural tone of voice, so do not pay too much attention to their answers, as they often lie. Okay, bring on the line. Okay, keep it moving. Right over here at the end of the stage. Turn and face front. Hands at your sides. Now, when I call out your number, step out and talk up. It's a big room out there, and I want everybody to be able to hear you. Okay, number 1, Steve Walcott, robbery. Stand up straight, Steve. Okay. Where do you live, Steve? 464 South Lake Street. Is that a house, a hotel, or what? House. Who do you live with? My brother. Where do you work, Steve? I ain't been. For how long? How long? I don't know. Over a year, I guess. At least over a year I ain't been. How do you pay the rent? I don't. Your brother pays it? Oh, he's working. Somebody's got to pay it. You own a car? No. Were you in a car when you were picked up? Yeah. Whose car was it? Friends. Who's the friend? Who? Yeah, who's the friend that owned the car? Well, I guess I can't remember. I guess you forget your friends pretty easy. I guess so. Any weapons? Yeah, what? 38. Well, what kind? Automatic, revolver? 38 revolver, Smith & Wesson. Anyone arrested with you? No, I was alone. Step back. Step back? Back in the line. Oh, okay.
You always ask the same question.
Okay, number 2.
Not always.
Putnam. Assault. Where do you live, Jack? 299 West Adams. Is that a house? Yeah. Who do you live with? My wife. Is that all? Yeah. Doesn't your mother-in-law live with you? Not anymore. She's in the hospital. What'd you hit her with? A footstool. She's hurt pretty bad. Well, I really just meant to scare her.
See, she got the nagging again, and I sure think she didn't even duck.
She has a pretty bad concussion.
Yeah, I figure we're even.
How do you figure?
20 years of nagging and giving me a nervous stomach. Ulcers, insomnia. Nearly breaking up my home a dozen times.
Okay.
Turning some of my best friends against me. Making me lose a job.
Okay, step back.
Nearly driving me into an institution. I figure we're even.
Step back.
Okay.
Number 3, Harry Malinsky. Robbery.
That looks like the man.
Where do you live, Harry?
Sure.
Park Lake Hotel. Where is that, Harry? 106th and Madison. Where do you work? Where do you work? I don't know. I haven't had a job in a while.
Yes, that's him.
Any weapons?
The man who tried to hold me up. Yes, sir.
Yeah, 32 automatic.
Sergeant Carger.
Yes, Lieutenant.
Hold number 3 for interrogation. Well, Malinsky?
You can save us all a lot of time.
Who was the guy driving the car?
What guy? Why don't you make it easy? I was alone.
You walked into the Brenner's grocery store and tried to stick it up.
Okay.
There was a guy waiting in a black Mercury sedan.
I walked in. I wasn't in no black Mercury sedan.
The clerk identified you in the line.
I admit I walked into the store and tried to stick up.
The clerk says he saw you get out of the black Mercury.
He's crazy.
When the officer showed up, you ran for the car, and the guy driving pulled away before you could get to it.
I was just running. I didn't run for no car.
Even the officer says you did.
Look, maybe there was a car there. Maybe it was a black Mercury sedan, but I wasn't running for it.
Why hold out? The guy driving ran out on you. Why try and protect him?
Look, I tell you, I was alone, walking. I wasn't...
3 other robberies this week have identified that black sedan.
I'm telling you,
Who was the driver?
I don't know.
Yeah, we got a lot of time to find out.
All right, then find out. I don't know.
You were in that car when it drove up?
I was walking.
Where'd you walk from?
Huh?
You walked from someplace to that store?
Yeah.
Where?
I was on Lincoln.
What were you doing on Lincoln?
Walking.
Just walking?
Yeah.
Planning to stick up?
Yeah.
Where were you before you started walking on Lincoln?
At home?
You live at 106th and Madison?
Yeah.
And where on Lincoln were you walking?
Where? What block? I don't know. I was just walking close to the store, I guess.
Mm-hmm. And that would make it about the 1100 block.
Yeah, I guess.
You walked all the way from 106th and Madison to the 1100 block on Lincoln?
Well, not all the way.
What'd you do, take a streetcar?
Yeah, I took a streetcar.
What car?
What car?
That's right.
Well, the Lincoln car.
From 106th and Madison?
No, I walked to Lincoln.
Why did you pick the Brenner's grocery store?
Oh, I cased it. It's a good setup.
Come on, Mullen.
I'm telling you.
You took the Lincoln streetcar?
Yeah.
You walked from 106th and Madison.
That's right.
What time was that? What time did you catch the Lincoln streetcar?
I don't know.
An hour before the stick-up?
I don't know. I don't remember exactly.
How long would you say it took you to get to 1100 Lincoln?
Look, what difference does it make?
Well, we just like to know. We're going to keep finding out things until you tell us who was in that black Mercury sedan with you.
What time did you get off at 1100 Lincoln, Malinsky?
Guthrie. Yeah? Where? 994 East Orange. Right. I'll take it.
Well, what's the matter?
The guy driving that black Mercury sedan just held up a gas station on East Orange. Shot the attendant.
So what do you want me to do about it?
Tell us who's driving that car.
I don't know.
The attendant's pretty bad.
Well, I can't help it. I didn't blow him up. I didn't stick up the station.
You know who did?
No.
Okay, Malinsky. Let's go, Pete.
Hi, Ben.
How small? They just hauled him away. He was in pretty bad shape. Any witnesses? The other attendant. He was across the street having dinner. He's in the station. Did you get the license number? No, a lot of people heard the shots, but nobody got the license number. Bill?
Yeah.
This is Bill Phillips, Ben. Oh, Bill? This is Lieutenant Guthrie and Sergeant Carter.
Hi. How are you?
Tell us about it. Everything you told me.
Well, there really isn't much. I was across the street in a diner. Right over there, the Dixie Barbecue.
Uh-huh.
Well, I finished and started for the station. I heard the shots and looked over and saw some guy jump into a black Merc sedan and drive away. I didn't get it at first.
Where was your partner?
Harv was stumbling out the door. That's when I got it through my thick skull that something had happened. I ran across and Harv was unconscious.
This guy who jumped into the black Merc, what did he look like?
I don't know. It happened so fast, and I wasn't sure anything was wrong at first. You know how fast things can happen.
Yeah.
Well, he was tall, I guess. Oh, I don't know. What's the use of trying to describe him when I can't? I'd like to be able to, but really I can't.
Nobody else saw it happen? Asher's out trying to find somebody, but I don't think he's going to have much luck. There wasn't anybody else in the station, and this isn't a particularly crowded section.
What direction did the Merc go, Bill?
That way, west.
Okay. Come on, Pete. Let's go back and talk to Malinsky. Who was he, Malinsky?
I don't know. I don't know. How can I tell you when I don't know? Look, I told you I wasn't with nobody. I was alone. I walked to Lincoln. I caught a streetcar.
Lincoln from 106th Street?
Yeah.
You might get off with a lighter sentence if we knew who drove you to that store.
Look, I told you I took the streetcar.
From Madison?
Yeah.
Madison runs parallel with Lincoln.
No, I mean from 106th Street.
If we pick that guy up and he says you were with him in that car, we'll nail you for withholding evidence.
Are you kidding?
How long did you walk on Lincoln?
How long?
How long did you walk on Lincoln before you tried to stick up the grocery store?
I don't know. Maybe a half hour. I don't know. I don't remember.
You just walked?
Yeah, I walked, I told you.
Which way?
I don't know. I was getting ready to pull the stick up. How do I know which way?
And you took the streetcar?
Yeah.
Guthrie? Yeah? Oh. Okay. Malinsky?
Yeah?
That guy, your friend in the black Merc shop.
I told you. I don't know nobody in a black Merc.
The guy he shot in the gas station just died.
Better tell us.
Okay.
Who is he?
His name's Walker. Stan Walker.
Walker's in number 10, manager in 4.
10 must be on the next floor.
Yeah.
Go up and cover the hall.
All right.
Yeah?
Are you the manager?
Yeah.
Police.
Okay, what do you want?
I'm Lieutenant Guthrie.
Okay, what do you want?
Your name, if you don't mind.
Hush.
You have a tenant here?
Which one?
Stan Walker.
Number 10. What's he done?
We'd just like to talk to him.
Number 10. Now don't make a lot of noise. Mr. Simpson and 9 works night.
Well, I'd like the key, please.
I can't do that.
I have a warrant.
Why don't you just go up and talk to him if he ain't done nothing serious?
I'd just like you to cooperate.
Look, mister. The last time you cops was here, you hauled some guy out and there was a lot of trouble. My tenants...
We'll try not to make any trouble.
Well, if Walker ain't done nothing serious...
Mrs. Hirsch, do you want us to break down the door?
You can knock, can't you?
Mrs. Hirsch,
Who's this?
Sergeant Quine. No car in the garage, ma'am.
Oh, you're looking for Mr. Walker's car?
Yes, and we'd like to go upstairs and see if Walker's in his room.
Okay.
And we'd like the key.
Okay. For Pete's sake, try to keep it as quiet as possible.
We'll try.
She give you trouble?
Doesn't like cops. Seems the last time the law was here, a tenants complained.
Asher staked out in the garage. Yeah.
This one's for number 10.
Thanks. I suggest you stay in your room.
You don't have to suggest nothing.
Charlie, you better stay down here and cover the front door. Right.
I went down and listened to 10. Couldn't hear anything.
Well, let's go in and take a look.
Some guy snoring up a storm at 9.
Mr. Simpson works nights. And get over on the other side.
I don't think he's in there.
Yeah, let's find out. Clear. And get that room.
No.
Kitchen.
Doesn't even look like he spent the night.
Well, let's see what we can find. Let's see, start in here.
If we don't find anything?
Then we go check with that blonde Molinsky told us about.
Nancy Shelton?
Yeah. The Walker was seeing her as much as Molinsky said. She might know where we can find him.
Oh. Hey.
What?
I just noticed. The guy in number 9 quit snoring.
Probably rolled over on his stomach.
Where's Small?
Oh, he should be.
Oh, there he is. Hi, Ben.
Girl in the room?
There's a girl in the room, all right, but it isn't Walker's girl. It's a roommate.
Well, where's Nancy Shelton?
Desk clerk said she went out about an hour before I got here. Doesn't own a car, takes taxis.
Oh. And what's the roommate's name?
Bernice Eddington. I saw her when she came down to get a paper. Pretty girl.
You haven't talked to her?
I said good morning.
He'd have to do that.
Quite an Asher over at Walker's.
Wasn't there?
They got a call here if Walker shows.
I'll let you know.
And what's the room?
104, second one at the head of the hall.
Okay. Bernice?
Yeah, Eddington.
Yes?
Miss Eddington?
That's right.
Now, we're the police.
Police?
I'm Lieutenant Guthrie. This is Sergeant Cargan.
How do you do?
Police?
And we'd like to talk to you, please.
Why, I was just getting ready to go out.
Meeting Nancy Shelton?
Nancy? I know she went out early this morning.
Do you mind if we come in?
All right. What's the matter? Nancy in trouble?
Where'd she go so early this morning?
I don't know. I was asleep. I woke up just as she was leaving. What's wrong? What did she do?
You know Stan Walker?
Dan Walker?
Yes. Do you know him?
I knew it.
What?
Dan got himself in trouble. I knew it.
How did you know it?
He's no good. I never did like him. I told Nancy she shouldn't ought to go running around with him because he's no good.
Could Nancy have gone out to meet him this morning?
I don't know. I guess she could. Oh, look, Nan's a nice kid. If Stan did something, she didn't have nothing to do with it.
How long has she known Walker?
I guess about 6 or 7 months. I didn't like him when he first came here.
Mm-hmm. Do you know Harry Molinsky?
Harry
Molinsky.
Is he a friend of Stan's?
Yeah.
Short, dark, kind of mean looking?
That's right.
I met him. He's been up here a couple of times. Nan tried to fix me up with a date, but I didn't want to. I didn't want to go out with no friends of Stan's. I just never liked Stan from the beginning. And I didn't want to go out with nobody who was a friend of his.
Nancy didn't say where she was going?
No, honest. What's Stan done?
He's in a lot of trouble.
I know it. Look, fellas, Nan's really a great girl. I've lived with her for... Maybe that's her now. Now, look,
You better answer.
Yeah, all right. Yes?
Lieutenant?
Yeah, what's up, Small?
A blonde girl just drove up to Walker's apartment in a black Merc. She went up to Walker's apartment, had a key, and took out some of his clothes. Quine and Asher are tailing her.
Oh, gosh, I told her to stay away from him. I told her.
She should have listened.
They're both in the coffee shop.
It's pretty crowded in there.
Yeah, well, Asher's in there with him. She packed the suitcase and met him here. He's got on dark glasses. No idea what train he's taking? I hate to take him in the middle of all this crowd.
Oh, we can do it fast. 4 of us. I don't think he'll try to use his gun.
You and Asher stay behind us. And when we do it, step in and get the girl.
Right. Oh, hold it.
There they are.
Heading for the trains. There's Asher.
Yeah, might be just as well. Pick him up in the train away from all this crowd. All right, don't stick together.
Follow him right on the train?
Yeah.
Show your tickets, please.
Westbound train.
No one has.
I wonder if she's going with him.
Hasn't got a suitcase.
Well, come on.
Car 14, bedroom B, ramp A. Thank you. Next.
Excuse me, let us through.
Wait a minute, you'll have to show
Police.
Oh.
Let's go.
Here they are, Ben.
Hold it. Yeah, they're getting on. Where are they? They just got on that next car. We'll get on and you two cover. Well, one of us better go on the other side of the train. Okay, go ahead, Bob.
How do you want to do it?
It's a coach, so it's still going to be tough. There are many people in there. You take the girl.
Right. There he is.
Hey, spotted us.
Dan, what's wrong?
Take the girl.
What's wrong? Let me go. Let me alone.
Asher, he's running up that way.
He's out in the yard. You see him?
There's Asher.
Go toward the tower, Asher. He might be behind that line of cars. All right, take that end, right? There he is, Ben. Walker! Stop! You stay here, Klein. I'll go over and put in a call.
Ben. Yeah, here's the girl.
All right, bring her along.
What happened?
I'm afraid Stan's dead.
Look, I just got his clothes. I didn't know he was in trouble.
Didn't you?
No, honest. He just told me to pick up his clothes and meet him here at the station.
Why didn't he pick them up?
I don't know. Honest. He said he was in a hurry and he couldn't.
How'd you get his car?
He gave it to me.
But he couldn't get his own clothes.
Okay, so I knew he was in some kind of trouble, but I didn't know it was this serious. I didn't have nothing to do with it.
Miss, one of the things that makes our job tough is people like you.
Tickets, please. Please show
I'll go to jail?
Car 104, ramp A. Thank you.
Let us through, please.
Yes. Come on through. Is everything all right?
Yeah. Miss, did Walker buy his ticket under his right name?
Williams.
And there's a reservation that's not going to be yours, Coach 403.
And the name?
Williams.
Welcome back. Well, one thing that was somewhat, a couple things were somewhat conspicuous in this episode. The big one was the absence of Wally Mayer, which led me to initially question whether this actually occurred in 1950. Wally Mayer would die later on while the series was going on in December of 1951. But he was actually ill for quite a while before that, and so sometimes he would be off the show. So his absence definitely was missed, but covered well. And after Wally Mayer dies, the character of Pete Carger actually becomes the prime character in terms of a sidekick to Ben Guthrie. The other thing that's very different was that those first two episodes we heard were written by Friedkin and Fine. And as far as I can tell, they didn't work on the series after that summer. And this definitely has a feel to it that's more Dragnet. Their version kind of, when they were writing it, it kind of seemed like a mix between Dragnet and Broadway Is My Beat. Particularly that one line where, in last week's episode, I thought about it after I'd recorded it. But there was that line in last week's show where Grebs told Guthrie that the owners were upset because the car that had been used in the murder had been scratched, and Guthrie declares, I bleed for him. That was definitely Danny Cloverism. Here we're definitely in a different mode, a more Dragnet-like mode, with a lot more professionalism in the way things are handled and a little bit less emotion. All right, well, that'll actually do it for today. Join us back here next week. We'll have another episode of Lineup. In the meantime, send your comments to box13 at greatdetectives.net. Follow us on Twitter at Radio Detectives. And become one of our friends on Facebook, facebook.com/Radio Detectives. But from Boise, Idaho, this is your host, Adam Graham, signing off.